In this video, I set a world record for the amount of mutations that I actually have on the Great Pumpkin inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. I grew every single possible mutation on this thing before anyone else did and saw how many mutations I could actually get to see the value of this fruit, as it is the new best fruit inside of Roblox Grow a Garden. So make sure to watch it to the end of this video to see all the mutations on this Great Pumpkin and to see how valuable this thing really is. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started right away with this. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some sugar apples here. If I can actually find the seeds, bro. My inventory is insanely cluttered now. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I guess we'll do 6, 7. No, not 6, 7, dude. No, no. All right, so and then I'm also gonna go ahead and get this ready in here with my mandrakes. Let's go ahead and spawn in all my mandrakes here. Let's go ahead and spawn in my apple gazelle, and then let's go ahead and also put down the great pumpkin seed right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit grow all on the main account so we can get everything to grow in here. All right, so this great pumpkin is only this right now, but we're gonna go ahead and pick this up in a second when we actually started to try to get that thing big. So let's go ahead and I think our apple gazelle, yeah, needs a quick little boost here. So we're gonna go ahead and boost the apple gazelle just so we can go ahead and get the warp mutation done pretty quickly. There we go. We got it on this sugar apple right here. So we're done with that. Let's go ahead and travel this back over here. This will be our little platter for the spinos. And then real quick, we're going to go ahead and put down our advanced sprinkler and get our mandrake seeds ready. So we're going to go ahead and put these down here and we'll get some watering cans ready. And then let's go ahead and get that rot mutation out of the way. We just got rot on another mandrake. So let's go ahead and move this guy over here. This game still seems to be a little bit buggy. The pets are still kind of broken with their textures, and now the mandrakes and some of the seeds are as well. But anyways, that's fine. All right, so we got all that done. We got this and this, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and make things easier for our spinos here. And I guess we'll go ahead and reclaim a couple of these, and then I'll just leave one of these. So we have 2 sugar apple trees to get mutations on to help spread some stuff around. And let's go ahead and actually get the great pumpkin growing here. So I'm gonna go and pick up all these guys. Let's go ahead and get our mooncat spawned in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 of those. And then let's go ahead and get our sprinklers down. Actually, hold on. We need to get our triceratops spawned in, and then we're gonna go ahead and pick up this great pumpkin. Let's get a grandmaster sprinkler down, a master, and then let's get our godly, another advanced, and a basic. All right, now hopefully we'll get a pretty big great pumpkin to grow in with our moon cats and all these guys. There are new black cat pets as well that you can actually get like a 2 times boost, or at least up to 2 times boost, but you need a witch's cauldron. But they're kind of like the moon cats with the pancakes already, so I think we're gonna just stick with these guys. But maybe we'll get some of those and try them out anyways. But I need to increase the inventory on this account because I'm like maxed out right now. All right, so we got a couple of moon cats spreading. Let's go ahead and I guess throw it in this pile of 3 over here to hopefully get a big one. All right, that should help. And let's go and throw it back in the sprinkler. So we're going to try to get a really big great pumpkin to grow in. Our triceratops will hopefully help us grow this thing in a little bit faster. And then once we have a decent size growing in, we'll go ahead and start getting mutations done. And we do need to actually use early on today our firefly here, because we need to get the shock mutation done so we can actually get our Raiju done. We don't have shock sprays in the game anymore. At least we don't in the crafting area over here, so that makes it a little bit painful for us, which means, yeah, we just need to spend some more time getting some mutations done now because we don't have sprays for some of the things, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's okay. We'll make it through. Make it through. We might be able to just hit grow all because that flashed like a pretty big one in front of my face, so that might be good for us. And also I'm already having issues trying to pick it up, so yeah. Oh, a great pumpkin applied the ghostly mutation. I forgot it does this. It actually applies mutations itself, which is pretty crazy. So we'll have to actually keep this one on the side. Oh, yep, there it goes. It's growing in. But yeah, we'll have to actually keep this on the side for future videos so we can get the new ghostly mutation right here, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna screenshot that for the thumbnail later. All right, so I guess since it's growing in already, I'm gonna hit grow all and we'll see how big of a great pumpkin we actually get. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button there and let's see how big this thing is. Okay, that's pretty big. I don't know how big we can actually get this thing, but that's actually a pretty decent size. I guess we'll go for it because this thing should be expensive already no matter the size we get on it. So we'll go ahead and keep this size. We could probably get way bigger than this, but we'll go ahead and try. I don't really know the sizing, and I think because this one's already so expensive, it probably can't get huge because I don't want you to make like quadrillions with one sale. All right, let's go ahead and get our mutations ready so we can get this thing converted to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a cloud touch spray to it, a pollinated spray. We'll go ahead and apply chocolate to it, and then we'll get All right, we'll go ahead and get honey on it. There we go. And okay, this actually is nice because we got honey glaze on these sugar apples, so we can use Spinos later to spread that back, so we don't have to use another sprinkler. And then let me see if I have any extra sprays on my main account here. I don't really want to use the sprays on my main account because they're bro, this is actually tough now. I'm like running out of sprays on everything. All right, well, what's something easy? I guess what we could do is I don't know what to do, bro. I'm running out of sprays here and stuff. I can't do anything. Wait, I think there's still chilled sprays in the crafting. Let me double check. No, there's like no sprays over here. Okay, well, that's a pain. Why, Jandal? Why did you do this to me? I'm out of sprays and you don't sell them anymore. This is not good. All right, so what pet's easy? I guess we could probably do like the lemon lion to get that last mutation on it, hopefully. The only problem is it might apply it to one of these things. I guess we'll try to get this thing rainbow in a second. Let's go ahead and just start getting some mutations done then. Let's go ahead and get the lemon lion in. Let's get the swan in here. Oh, we do actually really need this firefly, so let's go ahead and get that in. And we'll just leave these here for now so they can have a better chance to apply directly to the great pumpkin so we can start getting rainbow. But we'll go ahead and start working on some of these. You know what's an easy one actually is the badger. That's an easy one to get the 5th one on. Let's go ahead and throw the badger down. That will give us that 5th mutation, and it'll also give us some mutations over here, and we'll have crack done. So let's go ahead and use that guy because it only takes about a minute, and then we can get this thing going. But yeah, we have our lemon lion going. We do need to use jackalopes to get sandy, but I guess I'll spawn in those guys in a second. Let's do our more guaranteed pets first. Let's go ahead and do a phoenix to get flaming. Let's do our cockatrice to get toxic, and that is probably good for now. I guess we can go ahead and throw in at least 2 jackalopes so we can try to get sandy out of the way. All right, there we go. So now we have a decent setup here. The badger will definitely give us cracked on this thing, and then we can get the butterfly spawned in. That will let us actually get rainbow done. Yeah, we have to actually be a little bit more strategic now, huh? This is kind of painful. Also, we don't have any more pollinated sprays. We just ran out of those. I hope they bring back like a better spray system, or hopefully though I can get the spray merchant and I can get a ton of sprays because I need some, dude. I'm running out. Guess we'll go ahead and for now pick up one of the jackalopes because we are going to need to get the queen bee spawned in and the butterfly. So once the badger's done, we can swap him out for the butterfly, and then we'll have that space for the queen bee. I guess we'll go ahead and get the queen bee started so we can save a little bit of time here. All right, there we go. He should be getting cracked on a ton of stuff. Can we actually, there we go. We got it on the great pumpkin, which means that this thing now has the 5 mutations that we need to convert it to rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the badger, and we will get honey glaze back when our Spinos move it over, pollinated back when they move it over, and crack, and then we can reapply chocolate and cloud touched. And we also have ghostly on a bunch of stuff now because this is just going to keep applying it. So let's go ahead and pick up the badger. Let's go ahead and get the butterfly spawned in. And now we are on our way to get this thing converted over to rainbow. And now we can actually get started with focusing on the other mutations as well. Okay, perfect. I just placed this down and we got a shocked carrot. So that's 1 shocked carrot done. I'll go ahead and move this over here. And I'm going to favorite this one because we'll need that to actually apply to the great pumpkin. But we're going to need 1 more for our Raiju to actually eat and apply static so we can get Maelstrom done or Storm charged or whatever. So that's at least 1. At least he got that done, like guaranteed that time. I don't really know his percent. It's 24, so it's not the best. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's let the swan do its thing. Let's reboost it so we can get graceful done. We'll get brain rot done just a second. We'll boost the phoenix to get flaming done a little bit faster, and boost the cockatrice to get toxic done faster. We failed sandy though. That's really sad. I'm gonna cry. We also have this new ghost bear, which if I'm correct, I think it gives us the spooky mutation. So we have ghostly and then we'll have spooky. So we got to get him done with the fall bears as well. So yeah, we have a lot to do, man. There's so many mutations on this game, and I'm running out of sprays. I really hope we get a spray merchant today while I'm doing this. That would be very nice. All right, and we got graceful applied to a carrot, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here into our stash. Thank you, swan. Swan is done. And we got brain rot on another carrot. Go ahead and move this over here. So thanks to our lemon lion, and that's another 2 slots open for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another jackalope so we get sandy out of the way. And let's go ahead and check through our pets here because we have a lot to get done. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in the golden goose to get that done. Oh, here we go. Perfect. We got a sandy carrot. So our jackalopes are done. We can get ceramic done in a little bit. So I'll go ahead and throw that over there. All right. So our jackalopes are actually done then. So we can go ahead and pick up these 2 to give us an extra 2 slots. Let's go ahead and boost this firefly so we can hopefully get shocked done again for our Raiju. And we have 2 more slots now. So let's go ahead and let's see what we want to do next here. I guess we'll start working on the kappas to get us bloodlit. Once these guys are done, we can throw in some of the fall grizzly bears and the new spooky one so we can get those mutations out of the way as well. All right, phoenix will be done in a second. Cockatrice, I thought it had a shorter cooldown, but no, it was at 4 minutes. I thought it was less. I don't know why I'm tripping. All right, well, I'll wait for these. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more carrots too. Oh, I forgot about my Kitsune, but yeah, my main account's Kitsune just applied the chakra mutation to a carrot, which we did need that. So there we go. And we just got flaming done from our Phoenix, which is also good. I'm going to go ahead, and since he did it on so many things, I'm going to go and pick up these flaming carrots since it's on the sugar apples over there. All right, I can go ahead and pick up the Phoenix then. All right, we got flaming on that. Make sure nothing over here has 5 mutations on it already, because that won't be good. Then our butterfly will target that and we'll lose some stuff that we'll need. I guess I'll go ahead and favorite the stuff that's getting a little bit higher on the mutations in case anything gets applied to it if I don't see it. Oh, perfect. Traveling merchant. Oh, it's just the summer one. But we do have nighttime, which is early. Oh, no, that's not nighttime. This is the Halloween night. Cockatrice will be next. So I guess with the Phoenix out of the way, we'll go ahead and throw in one of our fall bears. The grizzly bears, right? Yeah. We need a grizzly bear. We gotta get fall done. So let's get fall done, and then we'll try to get spooky done next. And hopefully this firefly hurries up, because we need to swap him out for the Raiju, and then we need to get the Corrupt Kitsune in here, which I guess I'll put the Corrupt Kitsune after this Cockatrice is done, which should be right now with Toxic. All right, cool. We got Toxic on a ton of carrots, so I'm gonna go and pick up... Actually, I think we got Toxic on 2 of these over here. Cockatrice is done. Giant Firefly is failing us. Let's go and pick up the Cockatrice, though, and throw in our Corrupt Kitsune. I might AFK with this guy later when I'm trying to get Dawnbound done as well, since it takes forever, because I want to try to get Ascended Chakra to get this thing really valuable. All right, so we have a pretty good setup here. I guess I'll go ahead and boost these Kappas, speed them up a little bit, and hopefully give us Bloodlet faster. And I guess I can boost the Golden Goose. Oh, okay, that doesn't really matter because he's too high up. I don't like you either, bro. All right, Queen Bee still has a while, so yeah, we mostly are just waiting for this Giant Firefly so we get the Raichu in here. So I think these will be our next guaranteed mutations. I did get the Wolf Pet, by the way, and this guy actually gives you the Moonlit mutation, just like the Mizukis, I think they're called, used to do, or the Mizukis, the Tanukis, I think they were. But yeah, this guy gives you Moonlit. I think it's more guaranteed because those guys were just like a random mutation, but usually I don't even care about it anymore just because we get Moonlit every 4 hours, and while I AFK, we usually get a nighttime event to happen, so it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of the Mizuchi. I was mixing up the names, but the Mizuchi I do need as well to give us the guaranteed mutations. I'll do that before the gnome. All right, Firefly, please give us static. I mean, not static. Give us shock and another care, bro. This used to be so much easier with the shock mutation sprays. I can't believe they're gone. I can't believe they would do this to me. Fall. Give us fall, bro. Failed. I forgot to boost him sooner. That probably would have helped if I boosted him sooner. All right, I think we can actually boost our Queen Bee. That should give us maybe enough. Yeah, that'll speed this up a little bit so we can get the butterfly done. Oh, shoot. The Corrupt Kitsune is going to take spot. It's going to take the butterfly's place because it's too long now. Also, the Kappas wet up a bunch of stuff, but they did not apply Bloodlet. That's fine. All right, well, I gotta actually pick up the Corrupt Kitsune for a little bit then because I don't want it to interfere with the butterfly. I want to get Rainbow done so we can get these 2 guys out of the way for now. So we'll move that out of the way, and I guess since we don't have the Corrupt Kitsune, we'll go ahead and throw in this Rainbow Mizuchi because this guy doesn't have a very long cooldown, and we can get the Azure mutation done hopefully quickly. All right, some pets are about to be done with their cooldowns. I really hope this Firefly gives us shocked again. The first time he applied it like nothing, and now he's struggling, and I really need to get shocked because I need to get that Raiju to replace him to get static out of the way. And let's see, our Queen Bee I think is almost done. Where is the Queen Bee? Right here. We're about to get pollinated, and then we'll get Butterfly to get cooldown in a second. Please shocked. Please give us shocked. Oh, let's go. We got a shock carrot. All right, so I can go ahead and replace this Firefly with our Raiju to eat that carrot and give us static then. Let's go ahead and, oh, he's in my hotbar. All right, let's go ahead and throw him down. Let's go ahead and move this pollinated carrot over here. And we failed the fall mutation. So sad. So sad. All right, I'm gonna boost this Mizuchi to hopefully give us a Zor pretty quickly. And who else needs a boost? I guess the Kappas, we can get Bloodlet done. And I'll boost the Goose to get this Fortune Egg out of the way. Thank you, Mr. Goose. I'll throw this back over here. And I guess I'll go and throw in this Ghost Bear to get Spooky done. Ooh, Zor mutation? Perfect. We got a first try on a carrot. I don't know which carrot, but a carrot. So we can go and pick up the Mizuchi. Oh, man, this Ghost Bear has a very long cooldown. But, okay, it's a guaranteed. So, that's good. Oh, wait. No, that's not good. I got to pick him up for a second. Because the Queen Bee almost just cooled him down. All right. Whew. That was scary. All right, hopefully we favorited everything. Hopefully nothing has more than 5 mutations or whatever because there's... Oh, shoot. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I just saw something. Wait, okay. It only has 4. It only has 4. We're good. You good? All right, perfect. Great Pumpkin is rainbow. That scared me for a second. All right, so we can go ahead, pick up the Queen Bee, pick up the Butterfly. Now we can go ahead and put the Ghost Bear in. We can put our Peach Wasp in here. I guess we can throw the Spriggan in, sure. And what else do we need? I don't even know. There's so many pets, bro. I guess we'll throw in one more Grizzly Bear to get fall done a little bit faster, hopefully. So the Great Pumpkin is now rainbow. We can go ahead and get some sprays back onto this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put Cloud Touch back onto it, Chocolate back onto it. We don't need to worry about Honey Glazed because it's over there. And then on my main account, I'll go ahead and put Glimmering back onto it and luminous onto it. I guess not back onto it because we never put that on originally, but there we go. We are back up to like 5 mutations on this thing, and then we'll get some of the rest of them back when the Spinos spread them out. So we do have a shocked carrot right here that's favorited, and then this one the Raiju will eat so we can get the static mutation applied. We should hopefully get Bloodlet done next, and then the Ghost Bear will take a little bit of time, and the Peach Wasp, and the Spriggan. We have a couple pets that are going to take a while actually, but that will give us some guaranteed mutations. And let's go and boost this Raiju to get him out of the way. Boost this Grizzly Bear to hopefully get Fall out of the way. Fall, please?
Nope.
Failed. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Just rip my heart out, man. Just rip it out and stomp on it. Oh. Bloodlet's done. It's on one of our fruits. I don't know what it's on. Oh, it's right here. It's on this carrot. Perfect. We got Bloodlet done, so we can get the Kappas out of the way. I guess with that, we can go ahead and spawn in 2 Disco Beasts to start working on getting Disco done. But I feel like there's more that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing a pet. I think I'm good, dude. I think I've gotten everything else that I needed today so far. Oh, hello. Hello, Tornado. Oh, you know what? That just reminded me. I'm missing the Pterodactyl. Thanks, Jandal, for just like throwing that in my face. All right, I'm going to pick up 1 Disco Beast for now. Throw the Pterodactyl in there. And the Krupp Kitsune, bro. That's what I'm missing because I picked him up. All right, get those guys back in there because we need Krupp Chakra and we need Tempestuous. All right, so our Grizzly Bears are still failing us, which they usually do for a while, but we'll give them some time, you know. They just need some time. But our Raiju won't fail us, and we're going to get Static done. So there we go. We got Static on quite a lot, actually. We got it on Sugar Apple. So I'll go ahead and pick up these carrots then. Oh, we have a Rainbow Carrot. That's crazy. All right, so I'll go ahead and pick up these Statics since it's on one of those over there, Sugar Apples. And the Raiju is done, which means we can actually get our first Disco Bee to spawn in now. Yeah, we've been waiting a while to get this Disco Bee to spawn in, bro. We've had so many pets to go through. I'm also going to go ahead and real quick purchase some more carrot seeds. And why are you naked? Bruh. Are you good? Look, bro, it's not summer anymore. You don't need to do this. You could put clothes on, bro. Let's see if this Grizzly Bear actually gives us Fall. Please, so we can get Disco Beats done. Please. Failed. You know what? I'm gonna go cry. All right, Fall is finally done and it just got applied to a Sugar Apple. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Grizzly Bear, pick up this Grizzly Bear, and get some more Disco Bees in here so we can get Disco done hopefully quickly. And Pterodactyl will be next. So we get that 4th Disco Bee placed down in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and boost this Ghost Bear as well so we can get that Spooky Mutation or whatever it is done, and that'll be good. I'm gonna go ahead and also unfavorite this carrot over here so I'll be ready for our Spino shortly. We're also gonna get the Ghostly Mutation on literally everything, bro. Like this plant, it loves to give this mutation away. It's actually cool that we have a plant in the game that gives mutations. It's the first. It's unique. I like that. All right, so let's get Tempestuous out of the way, and then we can get 1 last Disco Bee placed down, then we'll start doing our chicken zombies after that, and our like gnome and stuff like that. Give me that Tempestuous, please. Okay, we're good. We got it on a carrot, or a couple carrots actually. Okay, let me go ahead and pick you up and throw down 1 more Disco Bee in the mix. Throw this in the mix. I think that's another static carrot. I think again have it on a Sugar Apple over here, but you know what, I'll actually keep it because I think I need 2 anyways to get Maelstrom and Storm Charge, so I might as well throw this over here, although I only have 1 shocked carrot, so that might not really do much for us. But we also have another Chakra carrot. I think it's another one, yeah, because I already threw the other one back in there. All right, so we're gonna go and get Spooky done with this little guy here. Good, bro. Oh, I thought he was just gonna be like the Grizzly Bears and just like do a wheelie and apply it, but I think he needs to go to his victim. Okay. All right, we got Spooky on a carrot, which is just a gray mutation, which I thought would be a little bit more interesting looking, but it's the same color scheme as Tempestuous, but that's fine. You know, we don't need anything fancy. It's just more value. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our Ghost Bear then, and that's good. So Disco Bee's almost done. I think, can I boost this Krupp Kitsune, please? Yes. All right, perfect. Goes under the 5-minute mark. Our Spriggan's almost there, and then I think we can actually boost the Peach Wasp because he has such a long cooldown. Yeah. All right, so these guys will be done. We can go ahead and throw in our first chicken zombie to start getting this out of the way. All right, and then I guess I could probably boost these guys. Hopefully Biscuit just gives us Disco so we can get that out of the way. Please, Biscuit. Please. Okay, failed. I didn't really have much hope in Biscuit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this dude, he's not the best. He's not the best chickens or the best Disco Bee I've seen, you know. All right, let's get this blue mutation out of the way. This is my trusty Spriggan, Danny. We've always had Danny. He's a good little Spriggan. All right, come on, don't mess up here. Give us bloom. There we go, perfect. On tons of carrots and things. I'm gonna go and pick up these ones since we got it on tons of stuff over here that we already need. And Danny, thank you so much for giving us bloom today. Now, is this the plasma mutation? I think this one is. Which cooldown? Yeah, that was the stinging one. All right, so this minute left is the plasma mutation, so we'll get that done. And then we have Krupkazoon almost ready as well. And hopefully these disco bees don't let us down, but we have an extra slot. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in another chicken zombie into the mix here. All right, let's get plasma done here. Peach Wasp, what are you thinking today? What plasma fruit looks good for you? Ah, carrot. Okay, good choice. You know, basic, just like all the other pets, but go ahead and throw this over here in the mix. Thanks for your service. Krupkazoon, let's go ahead and get that Corrupt Chakra mutation done, and hopefully we get Disco from Jax or Flay. Come on, guys. Disco, please. Failed. All right, what about... We'll get Corrupt Chakra. That's usually pretty easy. All right, we got a carrot, and that's it. And this is carrot way over here with static on it. So that works. Thanks, my man. I'm going to pick you up for now. I'll probably try to get Ascended Chakra in a little bit, but we'll pick him up for now. And hey, failed. What do you know? I figured that was going to happen, but we do have 2 more slots, so we can go ahead and get our next 2 chicken zombies in here. And hopefully Gigi gives us Disco, because these other Disco bees don't want to give us Disco, and it makes me want to cry, because they don't like me. They don't like me, man. I don't understand.
Huh?
Bro, it signed me out of everything. I was literally about to get Disco. Oh, well, maybe. One of our cooldowns are about to be finished. All right, well, that just happened. I think Roblox just died. I need to hop back in. I'll be right back. All right, well, we're back in. I wonder if they must have just actually pushed a bug fix, because now all my pets are working. All the chicken zombies are back. They're actually making sounds again. I can hear my disco beat. I think they actually just pushed a hot fix, and that's why that happened. I don't know. All I know, though, is that these guys are working, but I do have to reboost all of my disco bees and stuff when it comes time. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait then, because we have like 12 plus minutes for all these guys, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and boost our disco bees, see if we get disco. I just boosted one here. Let's see if we get disco from this guy. Failed. All right, next one. Disco, anyone? All right, we got one on a sugar apple, and then that failed. All right, but we got it on a sugar apple, which is good, and we might get another one and another sugar apple. All right, so we got double disco. We're good there. We go and pick up these disco bees, and we already have 4 chicken zombies in the mix. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in one more for right now, and then let's go ahead and spawn in our gnome and our griffin to see if we can get gnomed and cyclonic done before we go AFK. If we can't, that's fine, but it will help us have like an extra slot open, so that'd be nice. And we do have one more slot here, so I think I'll go ahead and just spawn in a queen bee, or actually I guess just like a mimic octopus to help with getting maybe an extra chance for zombified. All right, so I think this is good. We're gonna go ahead and hopefully get these done. Hopefully we'll get zombified done for sure, and then we can go ahead and get ready for our AFK setup. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and wait a couple more minutes then for these pets to finish their cooldowns, and if they can give us some mutations, then we'll be ready to go on our AFK setup. All right, our gnome just applied the gnome mutation to a carrot, so that is one of our, I guess, AFK pets done. We sort of use it as AFK pet sometimes. It used to always be one, but now we kind of do it early since we have so many gnomes. And all right, so we're gonna see if our mimic octopus can maybe mimic one of our chicken zombies to give us zombified early, so then we can actually get started with our AFKing. Or it might actually mimic the griffin. But either way, if we get one of these done, then I think we'll be pretty much fully ready for our AFK setup. So hopefully we'll get one of these done from the mimic octopus, or he's just gonna let us down and we'll just cry. That could always happen too. All right, so let's see what we get. We have this chicken zombie almost ready as well, so if the mimic octopus does fail, we can go ahead and see if this one will at least give us zombified. But let's see what we get from this. I hope, dude, I really hope. Come on, please give us that zombified mutation. That'd be very nice of you. Okay, failed. You know what, Suki, that hurt my feelings. All right, we're gonna see if Katie will be the good one here and give us zombified, because if not, we're gonna have some problems here. All right, come on, give us zombified, because I really gotta pee. Come on, Katie, please. All right, I really didn't have much faith in my heart, but yeah, this is just exactly why I didn't have the faith. All right, well, we'll come back in a minute when all these guys are about done with their cooldowns. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see if we get any mutations done here at Griffin. Let's see if we get Cyclonic out of the way. And I did just boost the chicken zombie and it failed, so we're gonna boost these other ones in just a minute, but let me just check this real quick. Okay, perfect. We got Cyclonic added to a carrot. However, we usually like to get one more just so we can try to get Maelstrom and Storm Charge. So I guess I'll leave him there. But we'll go ahead and place this here. So that's one Cyclonic done. And let's go ahead and see if we get Zombified done now. Failed. All right, hopefully these other two give us zombified, please. You know what, usually when the mutations mix up, we usually never can get Maelstrom and Storm Charge, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up the Griffin then. We'll get the better of the two, so we can have more slots, and then we can start our AFK setup here. But let's see if we get zombified done, because this would be really helpful. Zombified, please. Perfect. We finally got it applied to a carrot. All right, we are good. So we can go ahead and pick up all these guys then, and I think it's on this carrot here, so we can go ahead and move this over here into our little AFK, or our little Spino stash. So let's go ahead ahead and get our Ascended Mooncat spawned in, because this guy will give us Dawnbound in a while. It's going to take a while, but we're going to go and spawn that in so we get started on that. Our Junk Bot will get spawned in so we can hopefully get the Oil mutation done. We will work on Molten and Meteoric with a Lobster, which will give us Infernal and Blazing. We'll use our Corrupted Scarlet for Corrupt, Tranquil Scarlet for Tranquil, of course. We'll use our Aromatic Spaghetti slot to get the Spaghetti mutation mixed and the Aromatic mutation from its shard. And then we'll use a Space Squirrel to try and get Void Touched. And with that, we do have one slot left, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in our first Spino here to start moving mutations over to our Great Pumpkin. Let's go ahead and do our biggest Spino, which is this Mega one here. And that guy will start moving over 7 mutations at a time onto our Great Pumpkin. So since all of these pets, the rest of them at least, are all not AoE pets, I'm going to go ahead and start picking up these carrots just so we don't have as many mutations on carrots like wet and stuff that randomly appear. And that's favorited. Nothing else is favorited. And we are ready to go with our perfect AFK setup here. So we're going to make sure we get all these mutations done and moved over, and hopefully we'll come back to a maxed out Great Pumpkin, and then we'll also try to get Amber added to it. But we have a pretty good setup here, so now it is time I go AFK and let the pets do their work. Okay, so besides this intense music playing, let me mute this for a second. I'm having a great time, dude. So currently it is literally 1 in the morning now, and I started this video earlier today in the afternoon, and pretty much why it's so late is because I've been trying to AFK to get the Dawnbound mutation, but the first round that I AFK'd was about 2 or 3 hours, and my game disconnected. So then I started up my AFKing again, and I AFK'd for about another hour, and then my power went out. So my computer shut off. And then I just tried AFKing again, and I was down about 3 or 4 hours, almost there. I was about to boost my Ascended Mooncat shortly to get the Dawnbound mutation applied. Then I disconnected again. I think my internet went out. I don't really know. I just disconnected from Roblox. It could have been a Roblox server issue because it just took forever to load back in. Now my cooldowns are reset again. If I wait for the next 6 hours, bro, it's going to be like 7 in the morning. I'm just not going to get Dawnbound today, I guess, on our Great Pumpkin. I'm really upset about that, but we're going to go ahead and just check the value of this thing then and see how many mutations we did get on this thing. Oh, and because of that, we also did not get Ascended Chakra. I've just been having so many issues today just trying to get this thing to have every mutation, but you can see if it'll actually let me, all right, so if I unfavorite this, we actually have 41 mutations, and then if we actually split up some of these in here, like Spaghetti, we'd be at about 43 mutations. Abyssal would bring us to about 44 mutations. Maelstrom would bring us to about, I want to say 47 mutations. Gloom 48. Ceramic would be about 50, or actually 51. Harmonized Chakra 52, and Infernal would bring us to about 55. So we have about a total of 55 mutations on our Great Pumpkin here, and with pretty good size on it. We would have gotten Dawnbound and Ascended Chakra probably if my game didn't continue to break multiple times, but since it did break and we weren't able to get those, we're going to be at a less value than we normally would be at, but I guess that's fine. We can't always win, I guess, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and grab my magnifying glass, and we're going to check the value of our Great Pumpkin here and see how much this thing is actually worth, and then we're going to attempt to get Amber on it to see if it bumps up the value. So without further ado, let's go ahead and use our magnifying glass in 3, 2, 1. All right, bro. So this Great Pumpkin, I guess because of the size on it and also because I didn't get Dawnbound, it's actually only worth 386 billion, which is kind of weak because this is actually like one of the best seeds in the game. I think it's only the fact that this thing is pretty small. If we got a bigger size and we did get Dawnbound on it, this thing would have easily passed the trillions mark, multiple trillions for sure. But that's actually kind of crazy. 386 billion for like the best seed in the game with all these mutations is honestly pretty weak, dude. I was expecting a lot more than this, even without this thing being as big with Dawnbound. I expected us to still at least hit 1 trillion, but let's go ahead and actually try with our raptors now. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can pick this up and get Amber.
Nope.
All right, surprisingly, we did not get Amber on our Great Pumpkin, but yeah, honestly, I guess this thing isn't that big. I thought it was bigger. Yes, I mean, we did miss out on some of the key mutations we needed, but I mean, 386 billion still for all the work that went into this thing. I expected more for it even to be this smaller size that it is. I kind of wish we got a bigger one now, but yeah, that is the Great Pumpkin, dude. I'm kind of disappointed, and this thing's 1200 Robux, bro. It's even more than the Crimson Thorn. But maybe I'm just trash, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and start off this, of course, with our Mooncats here. Let's spawn in all 8 of these Mooncats like we normally do. All right, we're good there. Let's go ahead and also get our sprinklers set up. We got our master sprinkler here. We got godly, advanced, and basic. And let's go ahead and put our elder strawberry down. All right, I brought my main account over here and I put this berry blusher sprinkler down. Dude, this thing is only at 1% grown. This is actually going to take forever. All right, so our elder strawberry plant is now grown in. I went ahead and just skipped the growth process with some Robux here so we can start getting a fruit to grow in. All right, I'm gonna try to hit the grow all button again and just see if we get any big strawberries. Okay, we got a pretty decent sized elder strawberry right here. It's not as big as I was thinking it would be. And we got this one as well, but this one over here looks a little bit bigger. I think we could definitely get bigger. This is only 15 kilograms. I feel like this should be able to be a bigger size. So yeah, 3 of them, it looks like grow in at a time on each 3 of these branches. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just, we're gonna put some more sprinklers down here, let our moon cats do their thing. I'm also going to get another berry sprinkler put down on it. All right, we have another berry blusher sprinkler put down. I'm gonna see if this will help us get a bigger one with all these moon cats as well, trying to attack it with their abilities. All right, so I'm glad we waited a little bit because, yeah, this was our biggest strawberry a second ago. And then after some waiting and leaving the game, we're looking at these guys now that are so big and they're in the ground. I can't tell which one is the biggest one out of all of these. It's really difficult to tell. Okay, I think the gold one is bigger because looking at the stem, like the little green areas down here, the very bottom, this one goes across about 6 studs and this one looks like it is about 8 studs. So I think the gold one is definitely bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the gold one favorited for a second. We're going to unfavorite this one and pick this one up. And yeah, I think the gold one's bigger. And also look at this stem on this thing, dude. It is so big and dug into the ground. I can't tell what's going on. It's so... we're not even going to be able to see the strawberry until we're done. All right, well, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and unfavorite this. We're going to go ahead and add all of our sprays to it. So let's add shocked. Let's add pollinated. Chocolate. We'll go ahead and add a cloud touch to it. And we need one more. The gold does not count towards rainbow. So we're going to go ahead and add a honey sprinkler down to get honey glazed. And now we should be good. Let me just run over here real quick. Yep, there we go. So now we have our 5 mutations that we can convert to rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up all of our moon cats here. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to get the cooldown reset for that. And then that will cool down a butterfly and convert this to rainbow because rainbow's a better multiplier than gold. All right. And then on our main account over here, we're going to spawn in a queen bee to also help with cooldowns for our Kitsune, so we can get Chakra and hopefully Foxfire Chakra. And also we have a Corrupted Kitsune as well. And then we can get this guy to give us Corrupted Chakra and Corrupted Foxfire Chakra. So that should be a couple of more mutations added on from those guys once this turns rainbow, and we should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and wait the cooldowns out, and hopefully we'll get this done fast because the Tranquil event or Corrupt event should be happening in about 10 minutes, but we have to wait for our queen bee for about 18 minutes, so we might be cutting it close. All right, so it's about time for the fun stuff to happen. Our queen bee here is right about to cool down our butterfly so we can get our elder strawberry rainbow. All right, she's doing her thing. Now let's let our butterfly do her thing. All right, perfect. Butterfly is converting, and the butterfly just converted our elder strawberry to rainbow, so we're good there. So now we can go ahead and pick up these 2 pets here. We're done with that. We have our main account's Kitsune coming over to apply Chakra. It'd be nice if we can get Foxfire Chakra, but let's see what it does. And we can actually see how big the strawberry is now when it steals it. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty big. He just got stuck in the ground for a second. Okay, that's a good size. You can see it down there. It's a pretty big strawberry. All right, so we have Chakra on here. We're about to get Corrupt Chakra in just a second, but until then, let's go ahead and apply our sprays back. So we got Shocked, we're gonna go ahead and apply. We got Cloud Touch, we're gonna put Pollinated back on that, and then we're gonna go ahead and put down a honey sprinkler there so we can get honey glazed back. Oh, and I almost forgot, I gotta do chocolate. I had a feeling I was missing one. There we go. We're missing our normal chilled and our normal amber that we normally add onto this, but we're going to be doing it a little bit differently, okay? So today, we're going to go ahead and spawn in a Kappa here, or 2 of them. So our Kappa will apply the wet mutation, then I'll attempt to turn wet into bloodlit, and then once we have that, that'll be out of the way. So let's go ahead, and these Kappas will probably be here for a while making these nasty sounds, because they got to get us wet, then bloodlit, and then we got to use them again to get frozen, and then probably again to get clay if we get sandy. We're going to go ahead and spawn in our Corrupted Scarlet and our Tranquil Scarlet, so we can try to get Verdant done on this thing, so we can work on getting Verdant and then Paradisal, and also Tranquil and Corrupted. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 of our Disco Bees here. We're gonna spawn in, just for now, 1 Chicken Zombie and 1 Cooked Owl, just so we can try to get progress on both of those. I usually like to do 2 of each, but we have so many pets now that we gotta work with that I'm just gonna do 1 of each of those ones for now. All right, so actually the Corrupted Kitsune works differently, so I'm actually gonna give it to this account that I'm on right here. So the Corrupted Kitsune, I didn't realize that this was how it worked. Actually has to be placed down in your garden. He has a 20% chance to apply the mutation corrupted chakra or foxfire corrupted chakra onto your plants, but it's only on your plants. It doesn't work like the regular kitsune where it comes over, steals, and applies it. It works by you actually have to place it down with your other pets for it to work. So because of that, I actually am going to go ahead and pick up one of these kappas for now. And that way we're going to place down this corrupted one so we can attempt to get corrupted chakra and corrupted foxfire chakra. There we go. Now we're set up though. We should be good to go for all these mutations. One of you guys hook us up. Give us that disco mutation. Let me go ahead and delete this little strawberry up there as well. All right. Come on, target the big guy. Disco, let's go. Disco applied. All right, well, these two guys are good. I'm gonna go ahead and get them out of the way. I guess we'll go ahead and spawn in another kappa just so we can try to get bloodlet done and out of the way. We're gonna spawn in our pterodactyl here to try to get windstruck and twisted to give us tempestuous. This guy is a guaranteed windstruck chance, but he's not guaranteed for twisted. So we gotta hope that he'll give us both. Otherwise, we still have to wait for a tornado event. All right. There we go. All right, well, we only got Windstruck from our pterodactyl, but I can't complain because we haven't gotten anything from any of our other pets, but Windstruck is out of the way. I wish we did get Twisted, but since we did not get Twisted with that, this guy is pretty much done. I can't use him anymore. I just remembered that if I get any mutations on other plants, that I actually have a T-Rex, and I forgot that I have 2 T-Rexes now, so I could just let these guys eat the mutations off of certain plants and then let them spread. So I'm going to stop deleting the other Elder Strawberries because I completely forgot that these guys were in my inventory. I'm not used to having them. So in the meantime though, we're gonna keep waiting and hopefully we'll get some of these mutations done. All right, we have quite a lot of pets here that are about to finish their cooldowns, including our corrupted kitsune. So let's see if we can get corrupted chakra on our big strawberry here, or at least on one of these. As long as we get it on one of them, we can use the T-Rex later to move everything over. Let's see. Okay, the big one did get corrupt chakra on it. Ah, okay, so this is new. So if you get corrupt chakra and regular chakra, you get harmonized chakra. So now we have harmonized chakra on here. So I wonder if that works the same for tranquil and corrupt, if that does anything as well. Okay, we got verdant on one of our elder strawberries, but our big one did not get it. However, again, we can go ahead and use the T-Rex, and later that will convert some of these mutations around, and then it should spread everything around evenly, so we'll have all the mutations that we don't have on this. I guess in the meantime, since we did get corrupt chakra done, we can go ahead and pick this guy up. And let's replace him with a T-Rex. So we just need him to eat verdant and then spread it to our big elder strawberry. And I think that's really the only one that this one has that our big one doesn't. All right, let's see. Bloodlet, please. Oh, bloodlet to 1. Okay, so we got bloodlet on this elder strawberry. We didn't get it on this one down here. But again, our T-Rex can help us out. Oh, and corruption has come to the garden. Okay, I guess we'll probably get corruption pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and travel this back over here just in case any other events happen, like the celestial. All right, our big one is now corrupt as well. I guess what I'm going to go ahead and do then, since we have bloodlet and this one down here is wet already, I'm going to go ahead and convert that wet to frozen by using a chilled spray for my main account. All right, so now this one is frozen instead of wet because we don't really need the kappas anymore. So they should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up these kappas for now. Let's go ahead and also favorite this. We also don't really need the corrupted scarlet anymore. We only need tranquil. We already have verdant on one of our plants, and our T-Rex will hopefully help spread that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the corrupted one since he's kind of bugged out anyways. And with this, I'm going to spawn in another cooked owl just to help get us burnt. I don't believe any of our other strawberries have burnt. No, they don't. So we'll try and keep getting burnt with these guys. We have 2 chicken zombies. And we still have this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in a Tanuki now to work on this guy to cause mischief and hopefully give us moonlit on our big elder strawberry. And then I'm also going to spawn in our other T-Rex that we have. So these guys can start spreading around mutations. Oh, we have a heat wave event. I got to hurry. Let's do tanning mirrors. We need tanning mirrors. All right, so that should give us sun-dried, and then we can work on getting paradisal added over to our big elder strawberry. We actually might be able to use these T-Rexes to get sun-dried and stack it with paradisal. We'll see. All right, our T-Rex is doing something. Let's see what he spreads. Ah, okay, perfect. He spread the bloodlet mutation. That is the one we needed. Let's see if he did it to the right one. Bro, how did he spread it to 4 different strawberries, but we didn't get it on our main one? This doesn't make sense to me. All right, perfect. Cooked owl applied burnt directly to the correct elder strawberry. That's one less to worry about. That's added on. I'm going to go ahead and keep that favorited then. And then now I'm going to go ahead and pick up these cooked owls since they're out of the way. Let's spawn in another chicken zombie here. And then I'm also going to spawn in another Tanuki so we can work on trying to get Moonlit done. Okay, so I saw this new pet, the Raju, inside of the Zen shop that was added, but I actually didn't know that this guy will convert your shock mutation into static, or has a chance to. So I just gifted it to myself for my main account, and we need to use this guy to actually get the new static mutation. So let me go ahead and just check. He can convert anything that is shocked to static. I guess there's a lightning storm going on right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and still spray one of these guys. I guess I'll spray this Elder Strawberry here, and then this guy can actually consume from fruits that aren't favorited. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is replace this with one of my chicken zombies that just finished their cooldowns. We'll put the Raju down, and then he will have a chance to devour fruit with shocked mutation, and then he will mutate 4 other fruits with static. All right, let's see. This guy's supposed to do his own little thunderstorm and give us static on everything. So let's see and hope that he actually does that for us. All right, looks like he's going in. He's running in there. He's eating. He's being fed. I had to pay him money, but we got static. Bro, I actually have to pay this man to spread my mutations. We got static added onto our Elder Strawberry. I can go ahead and pick you up now. And I guess we'll get that Tanuki back in then to hopefully get Moonlit done, bro. Wait. He ate the bloodlit fruit completely. Are you kidding me? I didn't know he's gonna actually consume the entire fruit. I thought he just consumed the mutation like the T-Rex does. I would have not put it on the bloodlit one if I knew that was the case. I guess if that's the case, then we're gonna replace this guy again with another Kappa to hopefully give us the bloodlet mutation back, and hopefully maybe this time on the correct plant. I actually did not know that the other guy was going to eat the entire fruit. He ate the fruit, he ran my pockets, and he took my bloodlet mutation away. All right, this is good. We have a sandstorm coming through, although I can't see it at the bottom of the screen. It's not showing, so hopefully this one isn't a bug sandstorm. I guess I'll try and travel this over here real quick and see if we can get Sandy in this corner. Usually this corner... Actually, no. This is the good corner right here. Let's see if this corner does it for us. See if we get Sandy mutation on anything. All right, we get it on anything. That's not Sandy. That doesn't look Sandy. What about our favorited one? No Sandy. All right, well, our luck for Sandstorm is still as bad as it always is. Okay, good things are starting to happen. We just had 2 of our Scarlets applied Verdant to our Elder Strawberries, and one of them was actually our big guy here. So we finally have Paradisal, and we also have a Twisted Tornado event going on. So we got to be quick and make sure we can move this thing over to the tornadoes and get Twisted on it so we can get Tempestuous. Dude, these tornadoes are actually spawning all down there, not near us over here. Come on. Oh, here we go. One's right here. Why are you turning? No, this way. Hey, go, no, go this way. Go behind you. Please, before the event ends, please. I think we're gonna miss this. We just... All right, since we haven't had luck with these T-Rexes spreading the correct mutations that we want, although the T-Rexes are very good because they'll take 1 mutation and spread it to all your fruits, I think we're gonna need to use something more like the Spinosaurus, because this guy will eat 3 mutations and spread it to 1 fruit, usually targeting your favorited fruits. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up our T-Rexes and put down 2 of these Spinosauruses, and this should actually help us. Should help us get zombified, moved over to our big favorited Elder Strawberry. All right. So perfect timing. We just got the Zen Aura event, so now we can get Tranquil, which we just did on our big Elder Strawberry. Finally, we're still waiting for these guys to transfer the zombified over, and we're still waiting for these guys to give us Bloodlet again, but none of that is actually happening. But the other thing is we have another tornado event, so we can try to get our Twisted to turn into Tempestuous. Oh yes, like this. Perfect. All right, let's just keep it right here, please. Don't leave too fast. Oh, here's another one right here. Perfect. And he's leaving. Why are you leaving? Don't leave me. Oh, wait, this one likes me. He spawned right on top of that. Wait, but don't leave. Don't leave. Turn back around. Hold on. Don't leave. Oh, here's another one. This one likes me. Stay. Stay put. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Okay, we got Tempestuous on this one. Did we get it on our big one? Let's see. No, we didn't get on the big one, but we did get it on one of them. So maybe these guys will be nice enough to move it over for me. Let me go ahead and move this back. What did he eat? Oh, finally, he ate Zombified. Finally, we got Zombified moved over. All right, now all you got to do is eat Tempestuous. That literally took so long. Okay, I literally just missed it on footage, but our Manukis, after like 4 hours since they've been spawned in, they finally applied Moonlit, and they applied it to the correct plant. So we have Moonlit now on our Elder Strawberry. That took a very long time. In total, though, this thing is looking good, and we have 18 mutations on it, and if we actually spread out Paradisal and Harmonized Chakra, we'd have about 20 mutations on it. All right, so all of our pets here have been hard at work moving over our mutations to our big guy here. And actually on this fruit right here, we only have Gold, Tempestuous, Tranquil, and Chakra on it. At this point, we have 2 T-Rexes and 2 Spinosauruses, and they will all eat at least 1 mutation and spread it. We do have this Elder Strawberry in the way though with Corrupt and Pollinated, just to make sure they don't eat this one and they only take from this one so we can get that Tempestuous added over. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. So all of our guys will actually ignore gold here, and they won't eat the gold, so they should only target... Oh, and the first guy targeted Tempestuous, so we're actually good. I was gonna say they should only target the 4 mutations: Tempestuous, Tranquil, Chakra, and Wet. This guy down here has a total of 17 mutations on it. Earlier, I think I said 18, but there's actually 17, and then if you spread out Harmonized Chakra and Paradisal, that would be 19 mutations total. And I guess if you spread out Tempestuous, then that would be 21 mutations. I would wait around because we really only need Bloodlet, Celestial, and Aurora as our last 3 legit mutations. All the other ones would just be considered admin mutations. But I've been waiting around and doing this for like 6 hours, so I think we're at a good stopping point, and we have way more mutations now with this new update than we normally do. So let's go ahead and pick this guy up. And I can't even see the size of it, but it is definitely a lot bigger than our other ones, and it looks crazy with all of these mutations on it. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to talk to Steven here, check the value of our mutated Elder Strawberry, and see how much money this thing will make us. So Steven, what are we looking at today, buddy? Oh my gosh, dude, this thing is only worth 43 billion. That is insane. I thought this would have a way better value to it with all of these mutations added onto it. I think it would if the size was even bigger than this. I think our size for this thing wasn't as good as it could have been. For this thing being nearly 1,000 Robux and probably, I don't even know, 75 to 100 million in-game cash. For 43 billion return from sitting here for 6 hours and doing all the mutations, honestly, this is the first fruit that I felt like that was a very unfair value. And it could just be the fact that the multiplier for the size isn't that good because it's not that big of a strawberry, but I feel like this thing definitely needs a buff. And I think I've heard a couple of other people complain about the new fruits that they added with this update needing a buff. But let me know if I'm crazy, and if you guys disagree with me, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We're gonna go ahead and plant our maple resin seed right here next to our pancake stack, and then with that, we're gonna go ahead and spawn in about let's do 6 sugar apples there, okay? And then real quick, we're gonna spawn in my apple gazelle, and then I'm gonna have my main account come over here and hit that grow all button for us. All right, perfect. So here is the maple resin, and it actually looks really, really awesome. However, we're not gonna use this one that grew in here. We're actually gonna grow in a bigger one in just a second, but let's go ahead and use our apple gazelle to get the warp mutation. So I'm gonna pick up these. Oh, there we go. That was only 2 of them and we're done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and travel this over here so we have the warp mutation ready now, and then we're gonna go ahead and reclaim these sugar apples just so they're out of the way, so there's less work for our spinos later. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead real quick now and place an advanced sprinkler down right in this corner, and we're gonna go ahead and spawn in our 3 mandrakes here, and they all are boosted, so that's good. We're gonna go ahead and get our mandrake seeds. I already have them right here, and some watering cans. Then we're gonna go ahead and place a couple of these down at a time. We need to get that rot mutation done though, so hopefully we get it in this set of 6. If we don't, we're gonna have to get some more real quick. All right, we got rot applied to a mandrake, which is actually this one, so perfect timing. I'm gonna go ahead and travel this rotted mandrake over here to our collection, and we are good to go to start getting the other mutations done now. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and pick up these mandrakes and the apple gazelle now, and we are good with that. And then we're gonna go ahead and pick up this. Oh, there's actually more maple resin that grows in. I thought there was only the one. Okay. But we are going to pick up all these. We're going to go ahead and get our sprinklers down here. So let's go ahead and put down a, here's my Grandmaster. We're going to put down a Grandmaster sprinkler here. We'll do our Master sprinkler, the Godly. We need to get an advanced in there and a basic. And then there's also a maple sprinkler that we can get over here in the shop. That is for fall plants. I'm gonna go ahead and run over here and grab that real quick because I forgot about that. Okay, I gotta add some more Robux. Hold on. Plant, don't grow too fast. Hold on. All right, we should be good. Grab this. We gotta run back quick. Is that the right thing? Yeah, that's the right thing. All right, go. Run. All right, we got it. We're good. I'm gonna throw that in the stack. Should have had that done earlier. I'm sorry about that. But we're gonna go ahead and spawn in our mooncats now, and we're gonna go ahead and spawn in a triceratops to see how much growth this gives us. So we should be good. Now we should be able to get a pretty big maple resin to grow in and make some good money once we get all the mutations on it. I realized I forgot to get the Dombound mutation again on a plant. Now there is the new sugar glider pet that can copy mutation, and it's not like the Spinos or remove it or steal it. I'll just copy it. So I'll have to do that from now on to move the Dawnbound mutation over. So we'll plan to get that in just a bit. But anyways, let's see where our mooncats sleep. Okay, we have a couple of them getting close to our maple resin here. Hopefully a couple of them stack up in a spot. All right, well, this is a pretty good stack over here though. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in there real quick. Let's let this consume all the mooncat boosts real quick. All right, that should be good. And then we're gonna go ahead and throw this back over here on our sprinklers. If it'll let me move it, there we go. Okay, that's a pretty big one there. That one looks pretty nice. Okay, we might have a winner. We'll keep trying though. We'll see what else we can get, and we'll have our triceratops hit it a couple times as well to see what we get. And perfectly, all our mooncats are sleeping right next to this. Not all of them, but you know, a good chunk of them. I'll go ahead and give our triceratops a toy as well, just to hopefully get a double hit on the maple resin to help a little bit. All right, triceratops is gonna smack it. Didn't really do much for us. All right, well, I feel like this might be a pretty big maple resin. I don't know. I think you could probably get bigger than this, but I guess we'll keep it since that one is pretty big there. And I think the value will be pretty good no matter what. So let's go ahead and favorite our maple resin then. And let's go ahead and pick up all of our pets we have currently placed down. Let's get a queen bee going here. Let's get our butterfly going. And then we're going to apply some mutations on this so we can turn it into rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the chocolate mutation, pollinated, windstruck, and then I will do a couple on my main account. Hold on, let me grab some sprays over there. All right, so on my main account, I'm gonna go ahead and add a chilled spray since we don't really need those, and a windstruck. Oh wait, I already did windstruck. What am I doing? I'll add a cloud touch. There we go. That's better. All right, so now our maple resin does have 5 mutations that can be converted to rainbow, so we'll unfavorite that, and we'll let our queen bee cool down our butterfly, convert these to rainbow, and then we'll be good to go. There's also a small one right there I'm gonna pick up. There we go. And all right, our maple resin is ready to go to become rainbow, so we'll do that once these cooldowns are completed. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a golden goose so we can get this guy's egg ready to go. And then on my main account, I'm actually going to go ahead and spawn in my kitsune and a queen bee over here as well. So that way the queen bee will cool down the kitsune, and then this guy will apply the chakra mutation to our maple resin, or at least one of our sugar apples, so we can get this thing to be chakra or foxfire chakra. And then also to save some time later, I'm going to also spawn in a raiju here. I'm going to place down a carrot seed, and then on my main account, I will apply the shock spray to the carrot. There we go. All right, so now we have the shocked mutation on our carrot, and then our raiju will in a little bit eat this carrot with the shocked on it and convert it to static and apply that to our maple resin or our sugar apples. And I know a lot of people are like, Band-Aids, shocked is better than static. Why do you get it? Well, you can literally have both mutations, and when you get both mutations, then you can get Maelstrom, Storm Charged. Actually, you don't get Maelstrom from that, but you do get Storm Charged, and Storm Charged is a really good multiplier, so you kind of need like both of them. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, so our raiju will eat that, add some static, and we should be good. And then yeah, that should be good. If it adds it to our maple resin, that's not a big deal. I actually will probably go ahead and just add some carrot seeds right here, just so it will hit one of these carrots. That way, in case it does just go directly on the maple resin, it's fine if it goes to rainbow, because we'll have it on a carrot over here, and that way the raiju will be done and out of the way. All right, we're gonna wait for this to go to rainbow, and then we'll be back and continue getting mutations. All right, our raiju is gonna eat that shocked carrot there and then apply it. And there we go. We have a couple of static carrots, which is perfect. And we also got one of our mandrakes over here static and some sugar apples. So we are good to go. I'm going to actually go ahead and pick up these carrots then, since we don't need these ones since we have it on those fruits over there. And our raiju is done with its job, so we can go ahead and pick up the raiju. And then our golden goose will lay us a golden fortune egg in just a second. And then we'll use Spinos to move the fortune mutation over to our apple resin when we're ready to go with that. All right, so our queen bee is cooling down our butterfly, and our butterfly is applying rainbow to our maple resin. I think I accidentally said apple resin a second ago. Sorry about that if I did that. I don't know, bro. My brain breaks or something. But anyways, our maple resin is now rainbow, So we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and pick up our queen bee and our butterfly, favorite the maple resin, and let's go ahead and add some sprays to this thing. So we're going to put pollinated back onto it. We're going to put, actually, we won't do windstruck. We also won't do glimmering because we have a couple of glimmering sugar apples still that we're going to save. So we're going to do pollinated. We're going to do chocolate. We're going to put down a honey sprinkler for honey glazed. And then on my main account over here, I'm going to go ahead and apply some extra sprays as well. So we have the shock spray we're going to reapply. We're going to apply the luminous spray, the cloud touch spray, and verdant. And there we go. We now are up to 8 mutations on this thing, and we're about to get plenty more. We also have my main account's Kitsune that will hopefully apply Foxfire Chakra or Chakra in just a second. All right, so here comes the Kitsune, and I just boosted the Kitsune as well, so we might be able to get Foxfire Chakra instead of regular Chakra. Let's see. Here he comes. He's coming in. All right, we just got regular Chakra, but we'll take that for now. We can probably get Foxfire later when we AFK. And it is time to get started with some of our pets. Let's go ahead and go through all the guaranteed mutation pets first. We're going to go ahead and throw a Peach Wasp in here. Let's do our Cockatrice. We'll throw in our Phoenix. This guy will give us Plasma. This guy will give us Toxic. That guy will give us the Flaming mutation, which can be converted to Blazing and Infernal. We'll go ahead and spawn in our Lemon Lion to get the Brain Rot mutation. And then we'll spawn in our Pterodactyl for the Tempestuous mutation and our Corrupt Kitsune for the Corrupt Chakra or Corrupt Foxfire Chakra mutations. And I think that's all of our guaranteed pets that we need to do. We already did the Raiju, so we're good with him. And perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure there's no other guaranteed pets. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and spawn in some Jackalopes here so we can get the Sandy mutation done and out of the way and applied to something. And these guys are already boosted, so that's good. I'm also going to spawn in, again, some more carrot seeds just so our Pterodactyl and Corrupt Kitsune have an easier time applying this mutation. The more carrots we have, honestly, doesn't hurt now that the fairy event's over because we don't get the glimmering mutation spammed. So it'll just give us more opportunities for our pets to reach different fruits and apply mutations that we need. And I'm also going to restock on some carrots just so I have a good supply. All right, so I think this is a good setup here. We do have a bunch of new pets as well. So we actually do have the new Swan pet here, which I don't think he's guaranteed, but he will give us the... I forgot the mutation name, honestly. I can't lie, I just forgot it. I just had a brain fart. Let me pick up a Jackalope real quick so I can check out these pets. So the Swan will give us the Graceful mutation. There we go. So I think this is a guaranteed mutation, actually, because every 5 minutes graces a fruit with Graceful. So we'll actually keep him spawned in. And then we also have the Grizzly Bear, which I believe gives us the Fall mutation. We have the Badger, which can give us the Cracked mutation from the Earthquake event. And then we also have the Space Squirrel that can apply the Void Touch mutation, which is pretty cool that we can actually get Void Touch now without a Black Hole event. So we'll use him in just a little bit as well. But this is a good setup for now. We'll wait for our Jackalope to give us the Sandy mutation. Then we'll check through some of our other pets and get all these guaranteed pets done and out of the way. And then we can set up for a nice little AFK setup. All right, so our Lemon Lion is now applying Brain Rot, and it's applied to one of our sugar apples, which is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up, and I'm gonna spawn in another Jackalope again just to help us get the Sandy mutation done. And then I think we'll do like our Grizzly Bears, and then like our Space Squirrel. We'll get these guys out of the way with the Disco Bees and the Chicken Zombies so we can get all those done, and then we'll set up for an AFK grind to get those longer mutations that take a while. So we'll go ahead and do that. Our Swan's about to apply the Graceful mutation, and actually I didn't realize the Swan is like the Mimic Octopus where every like 20 minutes it tries to apply a mutation from another pet. So that'll be really useful later for when we use the Spinos. So we pretty much have an extra Spinosaurus. I'll be happy with that. So that's really nice. I'm going to boost this Jackalope just to try and help us give a better chance for Sandy to get done out of the way. Okay, that still is failing, but it'll be done eventually, okay?
You sure about that?
Our Cockatrice will also give us Toxic in just a second, and then we're about to get our Swan done and out of the way. So let's see. Our Swan's going to apply Graceful to something. Okay, we got Graceful on the Maple Resin. I don't know if it was this direct one. I think it's this one that's glowing right there, so we'll get that moved over later. But our Swan's job is done for now. We can use it later as a Mimic Octopus, but for now, we are good. So let's go ahead and pick up our Swan, and let's see, is that going to apply Sandy? All right, perfect. We got Sandy added to a carrot, so our Jackalopes are done as well. We can go ahead and move this Sandy carrot over to our little collection for our Spinos. You know, we can't really have silver, but I'll just throw it in there. Just why not? You know, what if the game bugs and gives us silver with rainbow or something? That'd be so cool. That'd be so awesome, dude. That'd be so awesome and cool. You would too. All right, anyways, our Cockatrice is going to give us the Toxic mutation now, and our Pterodactyl will hopefully give us Tempestuous in the next minute here. So we'll let those play out. But let me see. I think the Space Squirrel might be a guaranteed void touch mutation? Let me just double check. Okay, no, it only has a 15% chance. So this guy, we might want to wait for our AFK grind and swap him in with one of our pets later. What about our badger here? I do have a giant badger. So every 2 minutes, he has a chance to apply the crack mutation. So I guess we'll try and do that. Okay, perfect. So we have toxic added to a couple of our carrots. Here's one of them. I'll go ahead and move this guy over. And I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in another badger. Since these guys have pretty short cooldowns, we'll use these guys to attempt to get the cracked mutation. I'm also going to boost them to give them a little bit of a better... I did not mean to boost that. Oh, wait, no, I did boost the badger. I thought I boosted the Krupp Kidzoon. But there we go. That'll give them a little bit of a faster mutation and hopefully a good enough boost to give us a better cracked mutation chance. All right, so work on trying to get cracked. Our pterodactyl is going to apply tempestuous. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, we did not get tempestuous, so we have to actually wait another 8 minutes for the pterodactyl. Bro, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? We're supposed to swap you out for another pet, but you know what? That's fine. All right, so I guess since that failed, I'm going to go ahead and use our grizzly bears next then to give us the fall mutation, since that's a new one, and we got to get that done and out of the way. And these guys have another pretty short cooldown of about only 4 minutes, and they have a 10% chance. They also make you a little bit of a bigger player model. That's interesting. So I guess I'm a little bit of a bigger boy now. Oh, did you apply? Oh, they actually applied it really quickly. I thought it was gonna be much smaller of a chance there, but we got cracked on a lot of carrots. Okay, I guess it's like a 10% chance for each carrot, so that's actually crazy, and it lasts a very long time. So, and it might be because this one's giant, that helps as well. All right, well, we do have the cracked mutation now, which is perfect. The first time I think I've actually gotten the cracked mutation, so we're good with that. I'm gonna go ahead and travel this cracked carrot over here. Thank you, badgers, for your help, and let's go ahead and get the disco bees ready then. But yeah, that was pretty quick and easy. So if the grizzly bears are like that as well, we should be able to get the fall mutation done. Let's actually see real quick. Fall mutation. Oh, okay. Well, that was actually quick as well. I thought his mutation chance would be a lot less, but we did get the fall mutation done and out of the way real quick with the grizzly bears, so that's perfect. We can go ahead and spawn in 2 more disco bees then to get disco done, and then we'll work on the chicken zombies after that and get ready for our AFK setup. So perfect. These guys actually went pretty quick for us today, which helps me out a lot. So we're gonna have some great mutations today, dude. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a lot of them. All right, so our phoenix is applying the flaming mutation to a ton of our plants here. So we now have flaming on a bunch of stuff, including our golden egg. So that's interesting, but I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I'll leave the golden egg since we got to get mutations off of it anyways. And I'm gonna get some of these extra carrots out of the way that have other mutations on them as well, and we're good. All right, so thank you, Phoenix, for your service. And with that, we can go ahead and start spawning in some of our chicken zombies here to get the zombified mutation done and out of the way, and then we can add more once our other pets finish here. Our pterodactyl is next with our Krupp Kidzoon, so we should be able to get tempestuous and Krupp chakra, maybe foxfire Krupp chakra. That'd be nice. Wow. Okay, well, we got Krupp chakra done, but we're still not getting tempestuous done. Usually our pterodactyl is done by now. It's actually taking a while today, but we can go and pick up our Krupp Kidzoon then. And we got Krupp chakra on a lot of stuff, actually. I think some of these sugar apples got it. Yep. So we're good there. We can go ahead and I guess go ahead and just pick up these carrots that had it then. All right, well, our Krupp Kidzoon is out of the way, so we're gonna just wait for the pterodactyl to finish then, since he's having a hard time. We're gonna go ahead and boost our peach wasp as well to get that plasma mutation done. That'll also give a boost to one of our other pets, and then we're gonna go ahead and actually boost our disco beast for hopefully a chance to get disco done and out of the way so we can get more chicken zombies in here. I will spawn in 1 more chicken zombie for now, and let's see if we get disco. Maybe disco, buddy, please. All right, failed. Expected. All right, so if we get disco done, we're gonna get plasma done now. He's flying to the heavens. Oh, he's so beautiful, dude, with this PNG animation, and we have plasma done on a sugar apple. Thank you so much, Peach Wasp, for your service. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another chicken zombie to replace him. Hopefully we can get zombified done, and hopefully we can get plasma done. Let's see if we get plasma done, or not plasma, disco. We just got plasma done. Disco, buddy, come on, you got this. Okay, you don't got this. You're a failure. You're a failure in life, just like me, buddy. I understand. All right, biscuit. See, failed. Okay, well, these guys just hurt me. They just hurt me. That's all they do. They just hurt me. All right, please give us tempestuous this time, buddy. All right, finally we got tempestuous added to a carrot. Which one did you help us on? Was it one of these ones? All right, perfect. We got tempestuous on the carrot that has toxic on it, so that works. We go ahead and pick up our pterodactyl finally. We're gonna replace him with an extra chicken zombie, and then we're gonna work to try and get disco done, and then we'll focus on zombified so we can get ready for our AFK setup. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and boost some of my chicken zombies because they're almost done here, like Shano and UC. So let's see if we can get zombified done on something. Failed. All right, where's UC? I need you to be UC full.
What?
I'm so funny. I have no friends. I'm sorry. All right, they both failed, so he's not UC full. He's UC-less. And I'm gonna go ahead and boost my disco bees again, and well, maybe, just maybe this time they'll like me enough. Where's my last one? Here he is. All right, come on. Come on, disco. Bro, failed again? Bro, why do these disco bees hate me? Is it because of my dad jokes? Wait, where's Katie? I can boost Katie and maybe get zombified. Please. Please zombified, please. Failed? Bro, why everyone's failing me? All right, well, maybe my disco bees here will have a chance. We got 3 of them. Let's just wait a minute here and see if any of them give us disco. If they give us disco, that'd be wonderful, because all my chicken zombies just failed and all my disco bees are failing. So please, someone, please. Biscuit or GG, one of you guys, come on. All right, failed. All right, it's up to GG and Biscuit. If they fail again, bro, I'm actually gonna be so sad. Come on, guys, you could do this. You could do this. You could do this. Disco mutation. Disco mutation. Failed. Come on, please, please, please. Let's go. We finally got disco. All right, disco is applied to a carrot, bro. I was losing hope there. I was gonna cry and then cry myself to sleep, but we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and gift myself some more toys here so we can boost our chicken zombies and hopefully get them done and out of the way. I'm just glad, though, that we finally got disco done. At least something. That's all we needed, was at least something, man. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in another chicken zombie here and a mimic octopus just to help in case. And I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my Spriggan because this guy might be able to give us the blue mutation. He has a better chance than some of the other guys I have. And if we get bloom done, then we have more opportunity to use some of our other pets when we go AFK. All right, so a lot of my chicken zombies here are almost done with their cooldowns. I'm gonna go ahead and boost them and see if we can get the mutation done finally, the zombified mutation. So let's go ahead and boost them one at a time and see what we get. So where's Shano here? Hello? There you are. All right, let's see if we get zombified, please. Failed. All right, let's go down to UC. UC, come on. Clutch up for us, please. Failed. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I don't care. All right, Katie, come on, please. Katie, come on, Katie.
Nope.
Failed again, bro. All right, what about Bella and Mimi? Come on. All right, that one's almost done. Where's Bella? Bella, come here. Come on. One of you guys apply the zombified mutation, please. I'm gonna go ahead and use my mimic octopus as well here to maybe try and get it done. Let's see. Or one of my mutations done. Let's see what it mimics.
Bruh.
Okay, it failed again. Bro. All right, I'm gonna boost my gnome. Can we at least get like gnome done maybe? All right, we got gnome done on a carrot. That actually works out perfect for us because that will save us some time later when we do our AFK setup. So that works. We got gnomed on this carrot. I'm gonna go ahead and travel this over here. All right, gnome, thank you. We're gonna go ahead and boost the Spriggan as well here. Let's see if we can get bloom done. Come on, buddy. Here's a bunch of carrots for you, dude. Hey, don't go too far. Okay, our other chicken zombie failed. Spriggan, don't go too far. Apply bloom to something here, please. Okay, we got bloom on 10 of these things, dude. That was actually really easy. Okay. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and move the bloomed carrot over here. And now bloom is done and out of the way. So you did good. You and the gnome did good. We got 2 of our AFK mutations done, but we're still working on these chicken zombies. So I guess we'll go ahead and bring in the Kappas next, since we usually get bloodlet pretty quickly from these guys with the carrots spread out like this. So we'll do that. And then hopefully we can get zombified done. All right, so I just had my Kappa go a little crazy and apply wet to a bunch of these carrots, but apparently one of them just got bloodlet, which is this one, which also has bloom on it, which is perfect for us, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and travel this over here, and we can actually go ahead and get rid of this carrot with bloom, since this one has bloodlet and bloom to save some time. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up, well, I guess I'll move one of these frozen ones over here just in case, and that should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the rest of these carrots with these extra mutations on them, and we can go ahead and also pick up our Kappa since they're good to go and they are done. And we still just gotta wait for these chicken zombies, and then I guess I'll go ahead and place a couple more carrots just to help with the zombies so they have a little bit more reach. And we have 2 more pet slots we can go ahead and use. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in the new space squirrel to see if we can get the space squirrel's mutation done and out of the way. And I'll also go ahead and spawn in the griffin, since it does help with cooldowns. So if the zombies still take forever, we can get some cooldowns done while we wait. Now, the space squirrel only has a 15% chance for the void touch mutation, but I will boost it. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. And then the griffin, of course, has a 10% chance. So these aren't the best pets, but these are our AFK pets, and we're just kind of getting them done earlier, trying to save some more time in the long run. So we'll see what happens with these guys, but yeah, hopefully we can get the zombified mutation out of the way. All right, so we are still struggling to get the zombified mutation, but as soon as we get it, we can literally go AFK and wait for the rest of the mutations to get applied to what we need. So hopefully Mimi or Bella here comes in clutch and gives us the zombified mutation once and for all. Otherwise, hopefully we can maybe get the void touch mutation or cyclonic out of the way, and then our AFK grind will really be easy when we go AFK. We do have a nighttime event that just spawned in here, so this will make it easy to, there we go, get the moonlit mutation done, and then we'll also keep an eye out for the celestial event to maybe get celestial mutation. Look at that, we finally got the zombified mutation applied to a sugar apple. It did take some time, but we're finally there, and now we're ready to go on our AFK grind. So there we go. So we're finally done with our chicken zombies. We can go ahead and pick these guys up and prepare for our AFK grind now. We are good to go with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a lobster so we can work on getting molten or meteoric while we're gone in AFK. We'll get the corrupt scarlet out for the corrupt mutation, the tranquil scarlet out for the tranquil mutation, and we'll get the junk bot out for the oil mutation, and then we also have one more slot here. I know we're missing a pet. Oh, the spaghetti sloth. Sorry. Big sneeze there. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my spaghetti sloth so we can get the aromatic mutation from Miss Shard. We can go ahead and get sauce, pasta, and meatball. And when we get all those three done, we'll get the spaghetti mutation. And now we should be good for our AFK grind. We do have a mimic octopus. I think we could probably swap him out for something else. Let me see. I can probably swap him for a queen bee for now to save some time on cooldowns. And then before we go AFK, I'm gonna go ahead and give a toy to my space squirrel and my griffin so we can see if we get cyclonic or void touch done, because that would help us a lot as well. All right, it looks like we did not get cyclonic, but that's fine. Let's just real quick see if we can get void touch done. And if we don't, that's fine. We're just gonna AFK, and then we'll come back and get our spinos in here to move stuff over when we're back. All right. Void touch failed, kind of figured because it's a really low chance, but we'll go AFK and let these pets do their thing, and then we'll throw in some spinos as they finish their mutations, and then we'll probably have to go ahead and also throw in our ascended mooncat as they finish mutations so we can get dawnbound done again. All right, so checking after a quick AFK break here to see what progress we have gotten. It looks like we did get a molten carrot here, so I'm gonna go ahead and move that into our spino platter over here. And it also looks like we actually got a few aromatic carrots. There's one here, and then I believe there's one right here. Yep, and this one also has molten on it, which is interesting. So I think I'm going to take this aromatic and molten one and put it there, and then get rid of this chilled and molten one just so there's less to worry about for our spinos. But we did get cyclonic done, so I'm going to go ahead and move that over, and that is out of the way. So we can go ahead and pick up our griffin, which is nice. We did get a sauce one, so I can go ahead and move this to the platter over here. We did get a pasta one, which is nice. Oh, and it looks like we just got meteoric down on a sugar apple, so we're actually good with our lobster as well. Perfect timing. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the lobster then. So our sloth is actually done. We got aromatic, sauce, pasta, and meatball. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over here so we can go ahead and pick up our spaghetti sloth. He is done, which is perfect. Let's see. So our junk bot, I saw an oil carrot over here somewhere, right here. So our junk bot is also done. Oil is done. We can go and pick up our junk bot. Okay, corrupt just failed. I guess with that, we can try and boost our tranquil. I don't know if we have tranquil. I haven't seen it yet. So let me go and grab a toy. Let's boost our tranquil scarlet. Just see if that helps at all. Okay, failed. All right, well, that's fine. So yeah, it looks like we still need to get Tranquil. We still need to get Corrupt, but all of our other pets are done, which is fantastic. And since we got pretty much all of our other pets done, we have 4 slots here. This is a good time to spawn in our Mega Spinosauruses and our regular Spinosauruses to start moving over all of the mutations to our maple resin, and then we should be good to go. And I guess we can also go ahead and spawn in our Ascended Mooncat to try and get Dawnbound done once we have Tranquil or Corrupt done. Or actually, you know, because these guys take a while and their cooldowns are bugged anyways, I guess I might as well remove the Queen Bee and then spawn in this guy so we can start getting Dawnbound done. Now, I know people might be like, oh, you can use the Queen Bee to get the Dawnbound mutation from your mutated Mooncat. Well, actually, you can. I've already tested it, and the Queen Bee does not cool down the Dawnbound mutation, which is unfortunate, but this will at least add it in, and then we can try and get it within 6 hours, which will be like almost midnight, but, you know, we'll go for it, I guess. Oh, actually, before I go AFK, our space squirrel just added Void Touch to our maple resin. Oh, and it looks like we actually do have a Tranquil in here. I didn't even realize this. It's right here. Okay, well, we're actually done then with Tranquil, and we're done with our Space Squirrel because we just got Void Touch. It's in these maple resins that are kind of like hidden in here, so I can't really see them. All right, so our main one doesn't have it, but it's favorited, so our Spinels will move it. But yeah, we have a Tranquil one there, and we also have a Void Touch one now somewhere in there. So we're good. Those are actually done. Those are 2 more mutations done and out of the way. So I guess with that then, we will go ahead and spawn back in a Mimic Octopus to help with the Spinos, and we will also spawn in a Queen Bee again to help with getting those cooldowns done. And that should be good. Now we're actually perfectly ready for our AFK grind. So let's do this. We just got to get corrupt and dawnbound while we AFK. All right, so it's been like 5 or 6 hours since I went AFK, and here is our maple resin after we had all of the mutations moved over and applied to it now. And so if we actually take a look here, we have a total of 37 mutations. Now they did change the way that the storm charge mutation works. It used to be Maelstrom mixed with static and shocked, but now it's only static and shocked mixed with tempestuous, I believe. And since we have tempestuous under that, we can't get tempestuous again on this Windstruck to actually give us the Maelstrom mutation and have both of them anymore. Used to be able to get both. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe there's a different combo to do that. And then also we did not get ceramic. We were unable to because we got infernal done first, but that is fine. We did get dawnbound added on here though, and everything else that we needed. So again, 37 mutations, and if we split the spaghetti mutation, that is 39 mutations. If we split the abyssal mutation, which we finally got this one, that bring us to 40 mutations. Harmonized Chakra 41, Gloom 42, Paradisal 43, Storm Charged would be 45. And we didn't get Maelstrom, but if we had Maelstrom, it'd be 46 technically, but we're at 45. So with Infernal, we're about at 48 mutations. So almost 50 mutations. This thing is going to be worth a lot of money, I believe. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check the value of it one time with the magnifying glass, and then we'll see if we can get amber on it, and then check the value of it again. So let's go ahead and use our magnifying glass in 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, so here's our maple resin. We're at 2.9 trillion for this thing. Now, honestly, we could have had some other plants in the past more expensive than this. I think the last video I had like a 1 trillion something plant. A couple videos ago, we had a 1 trillion, but a while back we had one that was 1 trillion. It said it was maxed at 1 trillion. However, Steven won't give you the full value once it's 1 trillion, is what you guys told me in the comments. So I don't know if that one fruit a couple weeks back was more than 1 trillion and maybe closer to this value, but this is 2.9 trillion, which is a lot of money for this maple resin. Now we're going to try and add one more mutation onto it to see if we can maybe get it into that 3 trillion mark. So what we're going to go ahead and do is spawn in some raptors here, and we're going to test our luck with picking it up to see if we get amber added onto it. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. All right, so we did not get amber added onto this thing, but our maple resin here is in the 2.9 trillion mark, and it is a lot of money. So I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into this. Let's go ahead and place this acorn here. Let's go ahead and get some sugar apple trees planted. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we already have some sugar apple trees over there. And we also did AFK the other night, so we did get dawnbound, and we did get sizzled and tempestuous, and a couple of our mutations done, which means we won't have to use certain pets, and we do have dawnbound, and we don't have to use our pterodactyls, and yeah, so we also don't have to use our jackalopes as well because we have ceramic. So that should help and speed us up a little bit today. So there we go. We have those sugar apples growing, but right before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my mandrakes here. We're gonna go ahead and place a quick advanced sprinkler, and we're gonna place some mandrake seeds. Now it looks like the pets might still be bugged with how they look, but I'm hoping, I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet, honestly, but I'm really hoping that the apple gazelle works because that was a big bug. I did report that to Brighter, and apparently they said they're working on it, so hopefully that's in. But we're gonna go ahead and, okay, these guys are already boosted, so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and pick these up and try to get the rot mutation done real quick. Give me some rot. Give me some rot. There we go. It's spread to a sugar apple over there, which is probably the only one right there that is grown. So there we go. Rot is done. We're also going to need to buy some more advanced sprinklers. Yeah, I'm literally out of like every sprinkler. I'm going to go ahead and gift myself some on my main account real quick. Also, I'm going to need to gift myself some more toys because let me see how many I'm at. I'm at literally no toys either. So let me go ahead and gift myself some stuff real quick. All right, so that's done. We can go ahead and pick up these mandrakes here, and let's go ahead and get our apple gazelle out. And with that, I'm going to hope that this actually works now. I'm going to bring my main account over here to hit the grow all button so we get all those sugar apples to grow in, and our acorn will grow in, and then we can actually get that big in a second with our sprinklers. What the heck is happening, bro? Why is my apple gazelle going to heaven, bro? All right, hopefully you work. You should work, right? You're gonna give me the that nice warp mutation, right? All right, we can pick these up. Bro, I just picked up the rot sugar apple. I thought it was gonna be okay. Well, I'll get a new one in a second. Hold on. Okay, it works. We got a warped sugar apple, but now I literally need to do the mandrakes again, but that's not really not a big deal. Let me go and pick up these sugar apples real quick. All right, Apple Gazelle, thank you for actually working today. I'm gonna go and pick you up, buddy, and let's go and get these mandrakes back in here because I'm stupid and dumb, and we all know this. We all know this. No, I don't want you, the one that screams. You're nasty. Let's go ahead and place these back down. Give me rod again, please. I made a mistake. Okay, there we go. Back to a sugar apple. We're good. Pretty easy, and let's not touch whatever sugar apple that's on or the warped one over there. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and actually get started now. Let's go and pick up all these guys, and we're going to go ahead and clear these acorns off the acorn tree because those are puny and nasty. And let's go ahead and get our mooncats in here real quick and our triceratops to speed up some growth, and then we'll go ahead and get our sprinklers down. So let's go ahead and put down a grandmaster sprinkler, master, godly, advanced, and basic, and there we go. That should hopefully give us some big acorns along with our mooncats. We're gonna go ahead and move this around to our mooncats. I don't know what's going on with the pets, by the way. This is terrifying. That doesn't look like the mooncat, bro. That's literally a blob with eyes, and it looks scary, and I'm terrified right now. All right, we got some of them sleeping. We got a pile of like 3 right here, although I'm not gonna be able to. Oh wait, this one will be better over here. All right, let me drop this. I can't drop it in there. I'm gonna have to do it over here. There's too many sugar apples. Throw that right back in the sprinklers, and we're gonna get this acorn to be big. It looks like we already got a big one growing in right here. Also, I'm excited because we do have this new chinchilla pet right here, and we have 3 of them, which this guy can actually apply one of your pet's abilities 3 times over. Now, I think the cooldown is like 20 minutes or something, but this is nice for when we AFK, especially the Spinos, because then we can get these Spinos to pretty much get everything moved over really quick, because this guy will mimic the Spino and do it like 3 times. Or I think he boosts the your pets to do their ability 3 times or something like that. Either way, though, like a Spino doing that 3 times, that'll be like the max Spinos will move 7 mutations over those 3 times. So we can literally get the Spinos to move everything over within probably 30 minutes now. That's going to save so much time. I'm excited about that. Also, for some of our pets that are a pain in the butt to get their mutations done, that's also going to help a lot with that. What I'm going to go ahead and do while I wait for a big acorn to grow in, I'm going to go ahead and head back over here on this guy in my main account and gift myself some more medium toys because we need a lot of toys in these videos. So I think we are good on the toys. I went ahead and gift myself a bunch of them. The acorns seem to be decent size. Like we have this pretty big one here, this one. I don't know how big those are actually going to turn out. So I don't know if I want to risk actually hitting grow all yet. I'd like if our triceratops would hit this so we can actually see some growth on this tree. I do have an echo frog we could try to use as well to help instead of this guy, but the echo frog takes a little bit longer, but he also will only target like 1 plant at a time, and it usually is like a sugar apple. So, I mean, I guess I could still try it, but yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hit grow all. Let's see what we get, because sometimes it still grows in some really big ones. So let's just go for it and see what we get here. Oh, that's a pretty big acorn, and the good thing is it looks like our big one here actually already got rainbow. It's the biggest one. Is that the biggest one, or is this stem right here? This stem right here I think is bigger. I can't really tell because there's so many. Or is this the same? Hello? I don't even know. All right, I think these are the 2 biggest. Let's go ahead and pick up the... Wait, this one's rainbow too. So this one's rainbow and wet. And then if I favorite this one and then unfavorite this one, that one's just regular. But this is our biggest one. Obviously, you can see it's like in the ground and the stud count is insane on it. So we do have 2 rainbow ones, which is really good. I think what I can do is use the sugar glider today to actually duplicate that. And we can wait for the sugar glider with the chinchillas to just duplicate rainbow to a bunch of fruits. And I think we'll be good. So I think I'll pick up this first rainbow one here, and then I'll keep these 2 favorited, but we're going to focus on the mutations on this one, and then we're going to get a sugar glider to eventually just try and copy the mutations on this and move it over here. We'll do that probably at the very end, or maybe we should do it now. Do I have the sugar gliders on this account already? I think I do. I think they're on my main account. I might have to move them over. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I have 1. Can I trade this? Do I have inventory space? The problem I'm having is that acorn is so big that it's just taking up the whole map, and I can't give this to myself. Bro, even over here, the acorn still reaches. I can't do anything. I can still collect it from back here on my main account. This is actually insane. Well, because I can't even trade that to myself. That's a problem. I mean, I guess I can switch the save slot real quick. Bro, it's that big. It's actually probably the biggest acorn I've ever seen in my... Like, this is gonna be the biggest one ever made. That's crazy. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and pick up all these pets here real quick. I need to actually switch save slots because I have so many. I mean, this acorn is so big that I can't do anything. So let me just load this empty plot real quick so I can actually gift myself. All right, for some reason it worked through that, but I couldn't gift it because of the max. I don't know. That's really weird, but there we go. We should have a sugar glider in here now. There he is. All right, so what is the time on this guy? 3 mutated fruits, copies 1 mutation from each fruit and applies it to the next fruit, ignores favorited fruit. All right, it copies 1 mutation. So people were saying my other video where I didn't have rainbow that he'll copy rainbow. So let me just do some some research real quick and make sure that's right before I do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get rainbow. So give me 1 second here. All right, never mind. I literally just wasted my time doing that. I kind of figured I might have been, but a lot of people are saying, oh, Bandites, just use the sugar glider. You can copy rainbow. But you know what? That's not true. That's not true, guys. I just read the wiki. It's not true. You can't use anything to move rainbow over. So we're gonna have to just start by getting rainbow done. So just give me a second here. All right, there's my big old acorn. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to pick up this one that's rainbow. But look at this thing, bro. Like, this is gonna be so much money already, but it has no mutations on it. So let's go ahead and get started with getting some, since we kind of wasted some time there. So let's go ahead and put pollinated on this. We have a bunch of cloud touch sprays on that account. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Throw chocolate on it. We'll go ahead and get our honey glaze sprinkler here. All right, so that makes for, that's only 4 mutations. That's crazy. All right, let me use my other account then for another spray. I'll go ahead and just throw a windstruck on there. We now have 5 mutations that can be converted to rainbow, which is perfect. So, and then everything over here that has more mutations is favorited. Also, my kitsune is already coming over here to apply chakra to something. So there we go. We have chakra on a sugar apple, which will get moved over with some spinos. So anyways, acorn's good. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in our butterfly now, and we're gonna go ahead and spawn in a queen bee to assist the butterfly to cool it down and then convert all that to rainbow. And then we're gonna start working on some other mutations in the meantime. So I'm gonna move my main account over there, and let's go ahead and do some stuff here. So I have a couple shocked fruits, but they're all favorited in there, so that's good. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is grow a couple of carrots, and we're gonna get some of the guaranteed pets done. So let's go ahead and spawn in our lemon lion. There we go. Let's go ahead and spawn in our pterodactyl. We'll spawn in our corrupt kitsune to get corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra. We'll spawn in our swan. I want to real quick get our raiju static done, so we'll go ahead and spawn in the raiju, and real quick we'll apply the shock spray to a carrot. Actually, did I run out of shock sprays? Hold on. No way, I ran out of shock sprays, bro. Before the raiju then, unfortunately, we have to swap it up a little bit. So I'm gonna actually pick up the raiju because you can't buy the shock sprays anymore. So we're gonna have to use a firefly, which is a little different, but you can't buy the sprays, and I ran out. So I'm gonna use this giant firefly that I have, and in 3 minutes here, this guy should help us get the shock mutation. We can actually go ahead and boost him with the toy. It's a 20% chance, but that's good enough, and it's pretty quick. So we'll wait to get shocked on something and have the raiju eat that, and then I guess we can go ahead and spawn in, what should we do next, actually, because we have still a lot of pets to do, huh? We don't need to do the jackalope. I guess I'll go ahead and do the golden goose. We already have sandy and ceramic from AFKing, so golden goose it is to get fortune done. And then once these guys are done, we can go ahead and spawn in the cockatrice, phoenix, and just move through all those. All right, so even with a boosted firefly, this guy still didn't give us shock, bro. He has 24% chance, but hopefully we get shocked twice from him soon. But anyways, our swan's gonna go ahead and give us graceful now. So we got graceful on a carrot, we got brain rot on a sugar apple, so the swan is good, and also the lemon lion is good, so those guys can get out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this carrot over here into this pile of giant sugar apples that I can't see somewhere in here. I guess I'll just put it down, bro. Why can't I place it? All right, hold on a minute. Just move some of these big old sugar apples out of the way. There we go. Thank you. He's in the pile. So those 2 pets are done. Pterodactyl is almost done, but I need to reboost him because the boost system is booty. I also need to reboost my firefly. But anyways, in the meantime, we're going to spawn in our phoenix here and our cockatrice to get toxic and flaming from the phoenix to get those guys out of the way. So yeah, we have a couple more minutes to wait for all these guys, but pterodactyl should be next. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hot bar here ready for some more of the guaranteed pets. And then in the meantime, our queen bee still has about 12 minutes, but I'll boost the queen bee once it gets a little bit lower so it can cool down our butterfly, since the butterfly still has the longest cooldown. We also need to get our peach wasp in here, but I'm going to do that later after this is rainbow, because otherwise the queen bee will just cool down the peach wasp instantly, and that'll be no good for us, because then, I mean, it will be, you know, we'll get plasma done, but then we'll have to wait even longer for the butterfly. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and boost this firefly. Hopefully, can we get shocked? At least one shock this time, please. Okay, perfect. We got shocked on a sugar apple, which means we can go ahead and get our raiju back in here. Yeah, it's back there. All right, but I still gotta wait a minute anyways, because we need one of our other pets to get done with their cooldowns. Oh wait, no, we don't need to get shocked again, bro. I keep thinking we need to get shocked again. I already have it on a carrot from AFKing over there in the stack. So the firefly's actually done, and we can go ahead and get our raiju in here to eat that shocked sugar apple over there, and then that will apply static to the other sugar apples or something. Something will get static on it, okay? I also don't know if this chipmunk update added any new mutations. I didn't really see anything new. All the pets don't really do anything new for mutations. There's only the one pet that makes your other pets work harder. Sorry, I'm yawning. So eepy. Just so eepy. Stop. But yeah, I didn't really see any new mutations, but I will double check while I'm like doing the AFK stuff, so I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, I can boost this golden goose now. Thanks, buddy. 3 minutes left for that guy. Raiju will need to get boosted. Anyone else? Oh, I can reboost the Pterodactyl, get him done. Can we get Tempestuous, please? Ah, thank you. We got a Tempestuous carrot. I will go ahead and put this over here. Even if we didn't get Tempestuous, I guess we did have Twisted over here on some carrots from that tornado. So we could have just mixed it with Windstruck. I think we have Windstruck somewhere as well. But what am I doing, bro? I am stupid, I believe, because I think I already had Tempestuous this whole time in the pile. I think I had Tempestuous in the pile. I don't know why. Bro, I don't know why. I don't know why I do this to myself, dude. Also, I don't know if this acorn is going to be bigger. This looks pretty big here. I will take a look and see if that gets any bigger. But I don't know why I do that to myself, because I'm stupid, that's why. But I didn't need to have my Pterodactyl out. I literally said that earlier, and I still brought my Pterodactyl out. I'm not thinking, I'm tired, okay? This is why I took like a week break, because my brain doesn't work, and it still doesn't work, all right? I'm sorry, I'm old and tired and stupid. I did not need to use my Pterodactyl, but it was good seeing him out and doing stuff anyways. All right, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in this Rainbow Mizuchi now to get the Azure mutation. Since he has a pretty quick cooldown, we can get that done pretty fast, I'm sure. All right, cool. And then I think we can actually boost our Queen Bee. Bro, why did I click that? But I'm telling you guys, this is literally why I took a break. I'm so tired in my brain. I can't function correctly. I'm so stupid. I just picked up the Queen Bee. I was trying to click boost. Why I'm like, here, this is my brain right now. My brain says, oh, the red button, not the green one, the red one. I'm stupid. You know, I don't even care, bro. Queen Bee's out of the way. Butterfly, we'll boost him. We'll just boost it. We're getting all the other mutations done at least. It's not a big deal. We have an extra slot now since I'm stupid and dumb, so we might as well go ahead and throw that Peach Wasp in there to get Plasma done. Hopefully my editor will make me look like a pro player today, because I definitely don't look like one. I look like an old man. Oh, I didn't even know my Phoenix was going, but hey, look at that. We just got flaming on a bunch of stuff, and my golden egg is here from Golden Goose. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Golden Goose. Thank you, and thank you, Phoenix, for the flaming mutation. Real quick, I'm gonna hit the grow all button again. I'm gonna see if that new acorn that's growing in is any bigger than the one I already have, because it looks like it's gonna be a pretty big one. So okay, now that's nowhere near as big. I was kind of thinking maybe it was worth a shot just before I did anything else. But no, this guy's kind of weak. Not gonna lie. He is kind of weak. I didn't have to pick him up yet. Honey Glaze could have just had that moved over, but now I got to use another sprinkler because you know what? You know what? I'm dumb. Anyways, we got Toxic on 2 sugar apples and a carrot. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up the carrot since it's on the sugar apples. We have Honey Glaze over there, so that's good. And let's go ahead and pick up that Cockatrice. Let's boost the Raiju to get that done out of the way so we get Static, and boost the Corrupt Kitsune so we can get Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire Corrupt Chakra done. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my first Kappa here. Actually, I'll spawn in 2 Kappas so we can try to get Bloodlet done fast. We have a bunch of wet stuff already. That's good. We do have 1 extra spot, so I'll go ahead and throw the Spriggan in as well. What's going on in our cooldowns here? Let's boost the Mizuchi again. Please give us the Azure mutation. Get that out of the way for us, please. Failed? Okay, or don't. All right, but the Raiju, he's got a plan. He's the man with the plan. He's gonna go over there and eat that sugar apple up there that's shocked. There we go. He's applying Static, and we got it on some more sugar apples and some carrots. I'll go and pick up the carrots since it's on the apples. And there we go. Static is done, so we can get Maelstrom or Storm Charge now from that. I will go ahead and pick him up. We also have to get our Grizzly Bears done, so I'm going to go ahead and spawn one of these guys in, and I'll spawn another one just so we get Fall out of the way once our Corrupt Kitsune's done. And then we'll focus on Disco Bees and Chicken Zombies for that. All right. Corrupt Chakra or Foxfire. Let's see. Any? Okay, we got it on a carrot. We got it on literally 1 carrot. That was weak. You were weak today, man. I'm weak too. I can't think of anything. I'm like a grandpa right now. All right, can I please? There we go. Put that right there. We're good. Let's go ahead and pick up this Corrupt Kitsune, get him out of the way. We have an extra slot, throw in another Grizzly Bear in the mix. And then I think after that, all we need to do is our Disco Bees and our Chicken Zombies. Oh, I forgot about the Badger, bro. We got to get Crack done too. All right, hopefully Mizuchi is done here, and then Butterfly will give us Rainbow so we can get our Badger in the mix. And I guess we can get a Gnome in there too. And failed with the Mizuchi, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, Butterfly, please tell me I didn't forget to favorite something. All right, good. He's going right for this, the Acorn. And now our Acorn, look at how big that thing is, by the way. That thing is officially Rainbow. So we can go ahead and pick up the Butterfly. We can go ahead and favorite this Acorn so we don't touch it. And we're good. So now we have to carefully unfavorite these. So our Spinals will be ready for them shortly. And we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and get some sprays reapplied to that. We don't need to do Honey Glaze, but we can go ahead and get Pollinated reapplied to that in Chocolate. We can save the Honey Glaze. And then, bro, are you good? Why are you yelling at me? Oh, that reminds me. I should probably boost my other one. Fall mutation, please. Please. Failed. All right, cool. That's awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna apply the... Bro, they applied wet again. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But we did just get blood fruit on something, so I'll check that out. But anyways, let me see. So luminous is applied. We're good with that. Let's go ahead and apply glimmering. Let's go ahead and apply Cloud Touch, and I think that's literally all I have left on my main account. We'll get Verdant and all that done from my pets. So there we go. We at least have 6 mutations applied. We'll get everything else moved over shortly. But we did get a Bloodlit carrot, it looks like, right here. So we can go ahead and pick this up and move it over here into the mix. Kappas are done. They have Bloodlit done. We can get those guys out of the way, spawn in a gnome, and then we can spawn in our first 2 disco bees to try to get disco out of the way. And then after that, we'll go for the zombified mutation, and we'll be good for AFKing. Oh, we just got fall applied to a carrot. I was looking at my other stuff. All right, so here's this wet fall carrot. Thank you, grizzly bears, for your service. All right, so fall is done. We go ahead and pick up these grizzlies now. We have 2 extra slots. Let's go ahead and throw another disco bee in here and throw in the gnome again. I want to try to get gnome done if we can early. So we have a pretty good setup here. Sorry, I just like slammed my microphone. But we have a pretty good setup here. Actually, you know what? Before I start picking up all these carrots, I'm gonna wait to get a cracked one, because that way this is gonna get spammed all over the place. So get all the extra cracked and wet mutations moved out of the way. Bro, this Mizuchi just keeps failing. Is he okay? Everything okay at home? All right, so our Peach Wasp is about to give us Plasma. Our Spriggan should most likely give us Bloom. Like, we usually don't miss it with this many carrots. And then our Disco Bees maybe will give us Disco, and our Gnome will give us Gnome. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. So Peach Wasp is definitely gonna go give us Plasma on something. We'll figure out what it is in a second. Sugar Apple, so it's over there. We got Bloom on 3 fruits here. We got Azure finally on a Sugar Apple, so we can go ahead and pick up our Mizuchi, Peach Wasp, and our Spriggan, and then let's see if we get Disco done. I'll go ahead and move this Bloom carrot over here. I don't really know what else got Bloom on it. It might have been a Sugar Apple or something, but... All right, and Gnome failed with trying to apply Gnome, which is kind of expected. It's kind of expected. It happens. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to get Disco. Failed. What about the other guys? Come on, one of you please. One of you please just be nice to me. Failed. Okay. Besides begging them, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 chicken zombies, and let's actually spawn in a chinchilla to help with trying to get one of these mutations done. The chinchilla's cooldown is... Oh, never mind. He has a 40-minute cooldown, bro. I thought this guy has a less of a cooldown. You know what? That's probably not really worth it until we AFK with those pets, because these guys have a decent chance. So I think we're better off using a queen bee and some mimic octopuses and all that for this set. But chinchilla will be nice for later. It's a pretty long cooldown though, but for AFKing, that'll be nice. So for now, we still have 4 disco bees. I'll go ahead and throw in a 3rd chicken zombie then, so we can try to get zombified done, and I'll swap those out shortly if we get disco. All right, well, you failed too. That is not nice, actually. That is very, very, very mean to me, okay? Hurt my feelings, broke my heart, ripped it out of my chest. Well, I really have to go to the little boy's room and I have to poop. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna go do that real quick, and I'm gonna wait for these pets to do some stuff while I AFK real quick, and then hopefully we'll get these done, and I'll come back to those mutations being done, and if they're done, then we can get ready for our AFK setup completely. But for now, I'm gonna wait for these guys to finish, and this is like our it's like our pre-AFK setup. We already got the pre-AFK setup done, where we get all the other quick guaranteed pets, but this is like the pre-AFK setup, where we have to get the discos and the chicken zombies done, and the gnome. This is like the one part that's a little bit tough before the actual AFK, and that boost didn't work, so I'm very upset. All right, so I just got back, and I actually boosted one of my disco bees, and right away we got disco applied to this carrot here. I don't know if we got any... Okay, well, it looks like we got gnome done. All right, so I was gonna say, I don't know if we got anything else done when I was AFK. I was about to go back and check my AFK footage I took real quick, but yeah, looks like we got gnomes. So let me go and throw this disco carrot in here if I can. Looks like that actually got disco on it too, so we have 2 discos, and if we have gnome done, let's go ahead then and pick up our disco bees. Pick up our gnome. We have a couple chicken zombies spawned in. I'm gonna go ahead and try to max out these chicken zombies so we can get this done and get ready for our AFK setup. So there we go. Let's go ahead and also spawn in a queen bee and a mimic octopus just to help in case we don't get it for some reason, but I think we should be able to get it on one of our first tries here. But anyways, yeah, our pets are about to be all the pets that just apply stuff directly, and not ones that need any like AoE to apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these extra carrots just so it makes it easier for my Spinos while I'm gone. So all of my pets can just focus on those carrots over there and the sugar apples. All right, there we go. That's a little bit more clean, and we should be good. So let's go ahead and boost these chicken zombies and just see if we'll get zombified done. Okay, and just like that, our first chicken zombie actually applied, and our second chicken zombie actually applied zombified to 2 sugar apples. So we are good. But that means we're ready to set up for our AFK setup now and get the rest of our mutations done. So let's go ahead and do so. I'm going to spawn in 1 lobster for meteoric and molten, which can also give us blazing and infernal. Let's go ahead and spawn in, this is the one I always forget, but our griffin to get cyclonic, so we get maelstrom and storm charge. And then we'll spawn in our tranquil scarlet for verdant and tranquil. We'll spawn in our corrupt charlotte for an extra chance for verdant and a chance to get the corrupt mutation. All right, and then we'll also spawn in our junk bot to help us get the oil mutation done. We'll spawn in our space squirrel to get void touch done. We need our spaghetti sloth because we have the aromatic shard on this guy to get aromatic, and then we have his 3 mutations to give us the spaghetti mutation. And I feel like we're missing a pet because we only have 7. Usually we do have enough room now to spawn in a Spino right away, but I feel like because there's been so many pets, we're missing one. Let me just go ahead and take a look in here real quick. Actually, you know what? I think we got everything else done. I think these are actually the last pets that we need, which is very surprising. But yeah, these are normally our AFK pets. However, I think we usually have another one. I think that's usually the Spriggan and the Gnome, but now we get those done earlier with the other pets. So I guess we're fine. And yeah, so if I remember, if we are missing one, I'll go ahead and bring that in later. Instead of a Spino to start moving stuff over, I'm actually going to spawn in a Chinchilla just to help these pets get some of their mutations done a little bit faster, so we can maybe get like meteoric done faster, since that one takes forever, or tranquil or corrupt. I don't know if he'll do these. He might only want to focus on verdant for those guys, but it might help us a little bit, or we can get void touch done faster. Some of the ones that take a little bit longer that have really low chances, that should help us. Although he does have a 40-minute cooldown, we usually have to AFK for a couple hours anyways, so that should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead, let these guys give us their mutations, and once we get a couple of the pets done out of the way, we'll start throwing in our Spino stacks in here, and we'll go ahead and start actually getting everything moved over to our acorn. So we got a couple of mutations done. We did get molten done on something. I don't know exactly what, but molten is done. We did get cyclonic done as well. So we got rid of our griffin for now. We also got done void touch, so the space squirrel is out of the way, and we also got done tranquil. So we have a couple of mutations done. Once we get meteoric done, we can throw the lobster out of the way, but we still need corrupt, and I think we need pasta and aromatic. We got sauce and meatball. We need oil, and then that's pretty much it. So since we have some extra slots here, I'm going to go ahead and throw in our first 3 Spinos to start moving everything over to our acorn here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in our 2 megas here, and I guess I'll throw in just a regular one. We have our first 3 Spinos in here, and the Chinchilla will be able to actually refresh these guys. And once these pets are done, I'm going to spawn in 2 more Chinchillas and 2 more Spinos, and then we should have a good maxed out Spino setup to get everything moved over very quickly, and that'll be like triple the production with the Chinchillas, so we can get everything to this acorn very fast. So we're going to go ahead and let these Spinos do the rest of their work, let these pets do the rest of their work. Hopefully we can get the rest of these mutations done. Okay, well, meteoric's going to take a while, but hopefully we can get the rest of these done and get everything moved over to the acorn soon. All right, so after a lot of hours in time, it's actually going on 5 a.m. and I really need to get some sleep. We do have our acorn with all the mutations moved over to it. Now, the only one we didn't get from our pets was aromatic. The spaghetti sloth was sitting there for hours on end, and for some reason we just did not get aromatic, and I got to get this video done and get some sleep, so we're just going to skip aromatic for today. However, if we did get aromatic, I believe it would have mixed with our sizzled and our spaghetti to give us the new gourmet mutation, and I was trying to see if I actually got gourmet, but I don't see it anywhere. So everything else though is on here. So if we actually count our mutations, we have 40 mutations total, and if we split some of these like spaghetti, we'd have about 42 mutations. Abyssal would bring us to 43 mutations. Maelstrom would bring us to about, I want to say 45 mutations. Gloom 46, sizzled 47, infernal would be about, that would actually be about 50, paradisal 51, storm charge would bring us to about 53, or actually I think 54, harmonized chakra 55, and yeah, so we have about 55 mutations on this. If we actually had, bro, if we actually, the game liked us, we had aromatic, we'd have 56 mutations on this, and that would have been closer to 60, but I don't know why we literally could not get aromatic. But this is a pretty good acorn here. It has a lot of mutations. It's very expensive. At least I think it's going to be very expensive, but it is very big and has a lot of mutations. So we're going to go ahead and grab our magnifying glass here, and we're going to try to check the value of it, and then after that we're going to try to get amber on it with our raptors. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check the first value of this without amber, if we even get amber, in 3, 2, 1. All right, so this acorn is actually worth 2.9 trillion. It's right there on the mark to actually becoming 3 trillion. So if we're able to get amber on this thing, we can get this thing into the 3 trillion mark easy. If we had aromatic, this would have definitely been past 3 trillion, but I got to get some sleep, man. So let's go ahead and try to pick this up with our raptors and see what we get. I'm going to go ahead and boost a couple of these guys as well that aren't boosted. All of them are boosted now. Let's go ahead and see if we get amber. And there we go. We actually got amber, so we're at 56 mutations. It would have been 57, but look at how big this acorn is, dude. All right, so now we're going to check the value with Steven and see what that bumped up to. So now it is worth 3 trillion. So yeah, definitely would have been like 3.1 3.2 trillion if we got aromatic and got that gourmet mutation. And also if we got like harmonized chakra, would have been even more. But this acorn is actually crazy good, and it wasn't that difficult to get a gigantic one like we got here. So we're gonna go ahead and place this down, and usually I would go ahead and start growing some extra sugar apples and use my apple gazelle to try to get the warp mutation. However, currently I think the apple gazelle is broken right now. A lot of people are still reporting that it's broken, and last video we had issues with trying to get warped. I'll pick up a couple sugar apples here just to see if we get anything, but looks like we usually only just get dupes, and it has a really hard time to give us anything else. So yeah, I believe the apple gazelle is still a bugged pet at the moment, which is unfortunate. So we might have to skip out on the warp mutation until it gets fixed. I did report that to Brighter, but I don't know when that's going to get fixed for us. All right, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and I guess just place some carrot seeds, so we have some extra carrots here for mutations. Let's go ahead and also move this pancake stack back over here to where we're going to grow that multi-trap, so our mooncats will be ready for that. Even though the apple gazelle doesn't work, we can still put an advanced sprinkler over here, get our mandrakes to spawn in, and get the rot mutation done, because this actually still works at least. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place a couple of mandrake seeds here. We're gonna use a watering can, and then this should spread the rot mutation to something, so we can at least get rot done. All right, there we go. We got it applied to a carrot. Got rot ready, so I'll throw that in there, and we're good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these mandrakes now. And to speed this up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and head over here on my main account real quick. Oh, hey, look at that. We have a nighttime event, which is perfect for getting moonlit done now. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit grow all on my main account, and that will give us this multi-trap here. So we're gonna go ahead and just collect the heads off of this. And I'm also gonna real quick just throw a night staff down so we can get moonlit done for sure. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get my sprinklers ready on this multi-trap here. So let's go ahead and place our grandmaster sprinkler down, do our master, godly, advanced, basic, and then we'll go ahead and get some mooncat spawned in here. And there we go. We just got the moonlit event applied to something. But all right, we got our mooncats to spawn in. We're gonna go ahead and spawn in one triceratops just to help hit this thing and to make it grow a little bit faster, so we can get a big multi-trap head to grow on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on this for a second, and we'll be back in just a minute when we have a big multi-trap here, because it's gonna probably take a couple minutes. So one sec. All right, so a little bit of time went by, and we have our multi-traps done. So these look pretty good. Obviously, this one's the biggest one. It's literally like consuming my sugar apples over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this one and this, get one right here if I can. Can I? Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and travel this so it faces this way instead now, so we can see our sugar apples and stuff. But there you go. Here's our multi-trap. And first things first, we got to get it to become rainbows. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of these pets we have placed down. We're gonna go ahead and apply the cloud touch spray to it. Pollinated. We'll apply chocolate to it. I guess we'll use some. Actually, I'm going to save some of these and go on my main account for the next couple ones. So let me grab some sprays on this account. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a windstruck on it. And then I guess finally, I'm kind of getting low on sprays, and they moved them all. You can't really craft them anymore, which is annoying, but I'm going to go ahead and use my honey glaze sprinkler. And now this should have, yeah, multiple mutations. We have 5, which is enough to convert this thing to rainbow. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my queen bee to get the cooldown started for this guy. So then that queen bee will cool down our butterfly, and the butterfly will take all of those mutations and convert that thing to rainbow. So that'll be good. All right, and then in the meantime, I'm going to come over here on my main account. We're going to spray this carrot right here with the shocked spray. So now I have this shocked carrot here, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in my Raiju, and we're going to start getting some of our guaranteed mutations done. So the Raiju will go ahead and eat that carrot, give us static on some other fruits. We'll go ahead and spawn in our lemon lion for brain rot. We'll spawn in a pterodactyl to get tempestuous done, cockatrice for toxic, Phoenix for flaming, the swan for graceful, and I believe that's all we can place down right now. Yeah, we're maxed out. So we're gonna wait to get some of these mutations done and start getting our guaranteed mutations done and out of the way, because our butterfly has the longest cooldown. So our queen bee will only target the butterfly, and we can get these guys out of the way before then and get a little bit ahead of the game here. So I'm also gonna go ahead and place down a couple more carrot seeds just so we have some more room to work with for mutations, and to make sure, you know, when we get the static done, it'll actually apply to a carrot, because I'm sure some mutations will go on this multi-trap, but they're going to become rainbow, so we want to make sure we get as many as we can on carrots and sugar apples so we don't lose them when this becomes rainbow here. Let's go ahead and let these pets wait a couple minutes, and we'll be back when we get some mutations done. All right, our Kitsune for my main accounts over here are about to apply chakra to something, or foxfire chakra. Okay, we got chakra done on a sugar apple, so we'll take that. We might still get foxfire chakra, but at least that is done and out of the way. All right, so our swan's about to give us graceful, and our lemon lion's about to give us brain rot. Hopefully they don't don't apply to the multi-trap. I mean, if they do, they both only have like a 5-minute cooldown, so it should be fine. But hopefully they actually just apply it to some carrots. But let's see what they do here. All right, lemon lion. Okay, perfect. Carrot and graceful was applied to sugar apple. So perfect. We are done with our swan. We are done with our lemon lion. So another 2 pet slots we can go ahead and use. So I'm gonna move this carrot over here real quick. Can I place this down, please? I just realized there's a man face in there. That's scary. I'm being watched. Anyways, besides the man phase, let's go ahead and get our Badger down now to give us crack. That should be pretty quick. We're going to get our Mizuchi down as well to give us Azure. This one as well should be pretty quick. He has a really fast cooldown, and that's our other 2 slots taken for now. So we'll just wait until our other pets give us some more mutations. But Phoenix is next, so we can go and get Flaming done. All right, here comes the Flaming mutation. It's going to get on a bunch of stuff here. We got it on the multi-trap. We got on a ton of carrots, so we are good. Go ahead and pick up the Phoenix because he has done his job. And next will be cracked, it looks like. So I'll go ahead and move this carrot over here. I believe he did get it on a sugar apple. Looks like there's one right there, but I guess, you know, doesn't hurt to have one extra one just in case. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and keep this one, though, because it does have honey glazed on it, and we could save another honey glazed sprinkler. So I'm going to throw that in the mix over there so we don't have to use that again. But I'm going to go ahead for now and place our golden goose so we can get that fortune egg out of the way. All right, our Badger is next. He's going to go ahead and give us the crack mutation. There we go. It's like already on a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. You've done your job, buddy. You've gotten us cracked on way more than we needed. Okay, there we go. We got toxic on a bunch of stuff now. So we can go ahead and throw one of these toxic carrots over there. Raiju just gave us static on some sugar apples and also some carrots. So there we go. That's some more mutations there. But Cockatrice is done. Pick him up. Raiju's done. Pick him up. Pterodactyl is next to give us Tempestuous. All right, we got it on a carrot. This one here, Tempestuous. So I'll go ahead and move this over here into the mix. So Pterodactyl's done as well. We can go ahead and boost this Mizuchi to give us a better chance for Azure, maybe. Maybe we'll get it done now. Let's see. Failed. Okay, well, that might take a little bit longer than the other ones, but there we go. We have a lot of pets done already, a lot of our guaranteed ones, so that's going to help us. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some of these extra mutated carrots and stuff just to get them out of the way. All right, I think we're good. So everything, which is only this one carrot, is favorited, so that won't get targeted by our butterfly, and we have a lot of our pets done. So I'm going to go ahead and boost our queen bee so we can get rainbow done and out of the way a little bit faster, and then in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 2 jackalopes to get Sandy done, and 2 of our grizzly bears to try and get fall done. And then next we'll focus on our Kappa, Spriggan, our disco bees, and our chicken zombies. And I'll also go through and just make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing. I'll dig through the whole list here. Oh, we gotta get our peach wasp done. I'm gonna go ahead and boost these grizzly bears because fall is usually a annoying one to get. It takes a while. So I'm gonna boost them, and I don't actually have any small pet toys. I thought I did. So medium ones will work for now, and jackalopes are both boosted now as well. Hopefully get Sandy done quick. Well, let's see if we get Azure done, maybe. Failed. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and wait a couple minutes here to get rainbow done, and then I guess we'll come back if we do end up getting Sandy or fall done. So we'll be back in a second. I just missed it. I was doing some crafting, but we did just get fall from our grizzly bears applied to one of our sugar apples, so these guys are done. Which one did you apply it to, or am I crazy? I swear I just saw fall. Where was fall? Oh, here it is, on this pollinated sugar apple. So we do have pollinated on here as well, so we can save that spray. But yeah, there we go. We have that done. Grizzly bears are done, out of the way. So I guess we'll get our peach wasp ready here to give us the plasma mutation, and now we're gonna go ahead and just let our queen bee cool down our butterfly, and hopefully I favorited everything that has 5 mutations plus, so we'll only target that multi-trap. Oh, well, I forgot I just spawned in my peach wasp. I should have waited, and now we have to wait longer for the butterfly. Okay. The queen bee, we don't even need the queen bee because the butterfly is just going to go for it. But at least we've been getting mutations done, so we're not really behind or anything. But, okay, I'm stupid and dumb. We already know this. But we did just get plasma done, so we don't have to wait for that now. That's good, right? So plasma's on this sugar apple here. So I'm gonna go ahead and boost this Masuchi then. And our peach wasp is done, so we can pick that up. That's still failing. And I don't even know if we got Sandy done. I wasn't paying attention because I was so shocked at myself for forgetting to not spawn in the peach wasp yet, but okay. At least one of our 25-minute cooldowns is done. I guess that's fine. It actually does save us some time in the end. Don't think we have gotten Sandy yet, so I'll go ahead and wait. In the meantime, though, we have gotten a lot of other stuff done. Okay, there we go. We just got Sandy done on a carrot, so that's perfect. And a sugar apple, so we have double Sandy for, I guess, ceramic, and maybe we can just get Sandy after that again. I don't know. Double Sandy is always good. We'll go ahead and keep both of those because we do have more Spinos now that I traded for, so we should be able to get all these mutations done just fine. But the jackalopes are done. Our golden goose is about to be done in another 2 minutes. Our butterfly still needs some time, obviously. Did the boost work? Because he has a long cooldown. So yeah, usually the longer the cooldown, the more the boost does. So I don't know if it's like a 20% speed boost or something. I don't know what the math is. My brain that doesn't do math, obviously. But all right, well, we're good with a lot of our pets here. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our Kappas here to start getting bloodlet done, and we'll go ahead and start spamming in some disco beasts here to get disco done, because that's gonna take a while, and that is good. And then once we get our golden goose done, we can go ahead and throw in another disco bee, and we'll go ahead and throw some more Kappas in just a second. But we're pretty much almost done with all of our guaranteed pets already since we did them early. We do have to get our chicken zombies ready, so I'll get that. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that everything is done here in my inventory. Tempestuous, static, flaming, got brain rot, graceful, fall. Okay, I'm thinking to myself out loud. Don't mind me. All right, we do need to still get our Corrupt Kitsune done, actually, so I'll spawn that in next instead of another Disco Bee, because we got to get that guy done. Hopefully, Mizuchi will give us the Azor mutation. Let's go ahead and reboost the Golden Goose. Give me that Fortune Egg, buddy. Thank you. Azure is still failing, but Golden Goose is done. I'll pick him up. Spawn in the Corrupt Kitsune to get Corrupt Chakra done. We're going to move this Fortune Egg over here into our pile of mutations. So again, I'm going to go ahead and just sweep through all of our fruits and make sure there's nothing, absolutely nothing else with multiple, or at least more than 5 mutations on it, because we really don't want to mess that up with our butterfly. It's already taken this long, so we want to get that guy out of the way. All right, so yeah, let's get this butterfly out of the way here. Let's finally get rainbow done. I'm gonna get some more carrots ready for our Kappas, because they need a lot of carrots to work with, or just fruits, so we can get bloodlet done fast. All right, butterfly is doing its thing. Are you doing it on the right plant, or am I dumb? Did I? Okay, good. I did not miss anything. Our multi-trap is now a rainbow fruit, which is good multiplier. Last video, I thought Spinos would move the rainbow over, but I needed to use like the seedling pet or even like the sugar glider, and I didn't do that, and yeah, I'm dumb. Anyways, butterfly is done. Finally can pick up the butterfly, get that guy out of the way. We have rainbow done, so we can go ahead and favorite this here. And I guess the only spray we really need to reapply is chocolate onto it, and I guess cloud touched. We have pollinated and honey glaze over there, and then on our main account, we can go ahead and reapply. I'll walk over here so you can see me. Well, this thing is moving on my main account screen. He's like chomping. Anyways, I'll reapply luminous. I'll reapply shocked, which that's my last shock spray. No. And then I'll reapply glimmering. And I think that's it. I think we're good with the sprays. Yeah, luminous glimmering. Yeah. All right, cool. And next up will just be moving everything over with our Spinos once they're done. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and boost our Kappas. We can get that out of the way. Maybe the Mizuchi will give us a Zor finally, and we'll also get another Disco Bee in here, I guess. All right, finally, we got a Zora applied to a carrot. We'll go ahead and, I guess, spawn in our Spriggan then, and 1 extra Disco Beast. We get Bloom done and get Disco hopefully done a little bit faster. Whip carrot. This one? Oh, it's really cool, actually. I like that. That's a really cool mutation. Thank you, buddy. At this rate, we're just waiting to get Bloodlet, Disco, Corrupt Chakra. Oh, and we just got the regular Chakra again. Thanks for that. I guess I'll pick this one up since we already have it. And, yeah, Bloom. So once we get these done, we'll get chicken zombies in here, and then we should be able to get ready for our AFK setup. So we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and wait a couple minutes because it's probably gonna take a while to get bloodlet done, and I'm gonna get our disco bees boosted to get disco done, and we'll be back when some of these mutations will be getting completed again. So give me 1 minute here. Okay, well, our Kappas got lucky. They met up right here, and this guy applied wet over here. This one applied wet over here, but for some reason they somehow met and both hit 1 carrot, so it became bloodlet. I don't know exactly which one they hit. Was it one of these ones? I don't even know, dude. I have no idea which one they hit because they were so far away from each other. Or maybe something was already wet and they hit it over here. Bro, where's my bloodlet carrot? I don't know. We have bloodlet somewhere, though. That's all I know. So our Kappas are done. I'll go find that in a second. That's done, so we go ahead and pick up these Kappas. And our Disco Bees will be next. I guess I'll go ahead and spawn in a couple more Disco Bees just to make our life a little bit easier to get this one done. Bro, where is this bloodlet carrot? I have a bloodlet carrot. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I'm normal. Or is it on the... Oh, it's the sugar apple. The sugar apple got bloodlet because it was already wet from earlier. Okay. I thought it was a carrot, bro. I don't know. I have no brain power. I think there's a couple wet ones over here as well. Wet, nasty. Nasty wet carrots, bro. That is good. I'm gonna go and reapply some of these so we get Bloom done from our Spriggan pretty easy. And maybe we can get Disco done. We have a couple of these Disco Bees almost done. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get it done. We usually take a couple tries, but maybe they'll like us today and we can get chicken zombies in here instead. All right, we have 3 Disco Bees about to be ready. One of these guys has to give us Disco, bro. I feel it in my veins right now that one of these guys are about to give us Disco. So let's see if one of them decide to like us. All right, first one's going. Failed. Oh, yeah, look at that, dude. I felt it in my veins. The second one gave us Disco on a carrot. Thank you so much. We got Disco done. And Bro, we got it twice. I'm telling you. I could feel it. I'm gonna go and pick this one up though, because we don't need two of them right now. Let's go ahead and pick these disco bees up. I felt it real nice in my veins. I was correct. And now we just gotta get corrupt chakra and the bloom, and then we'll pretty much be ready for our AFK setup. But we do need to get zombified as well to make things a little bit better for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in some chicken zombies here. We'll spawn in all 5 of these guys, and in the mix, I'm gonna go ahead and just spawn in my gnome to maybe get gnome done a little bit earlier, and that should be good. All right, so our corrupt kitsune is going to give us corrupt chakra or foxfire corrupt chakra now. Let's see. Okay, we got it on a carrot, and that seems to be it, but that works for us. So let's go ahead and throw this over here in the mix, and I guess I'll go ahead and pick up the corrupt kitsune and replace that with the griffin, so we can try to get cyclonic done early, because we do have a new AFK pet we're gonna start using, which is my fried cooked owl here. We're gonna see if we can get cooked done on anything and get fried done as well. If we can, we can get the sizzled mutation, but we'll go ahead and give this a shot, because this one will take some time. I don't know if we'll get it, because fried takes a while with that mutation shard, and also cooked we usually never get. We always get burnt. Yeah, that one might be a pain in the butt, but we'll try it. We'll go ahead and throw it in the AFK mix and see if it helps at all, see if we can get it. We also did not AFK Dawnbound, so I gotta make sure I get this guy placed down so we can try and get Dawnbound done when we do our AFK setup. But we will focus on the first AFK pets and get those guys done. All right, so we should be able to get Bloom done now, and then I guess I'll use this extra slot for like maybe a Mimic Octopus or something, so we can try and get Zombified done a little bit faster, or Cyclonic. But yeah, this should be done. This one's usually pretty easy. All right, yeah, there we go. We got it on a bunch of carrots here, so I'll go ahead and throw at least one of these over here in the mix, and we'll get Gloom. Can I please place this down? There we go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and pick up the Spriggan, and I guess we'll throw in a Mimic Octopus just to maybe help get Zombified done a little bit faster. And I mean, I could go ahead and start with some of our AFK pets, but we already are kind of doing that. And I want to get Zombified out of the way first, because these AFK pets usually take a while, and that's why they're AFK pets. So yeah, we'll just do the Mimic Octopus for now to hopefully help with Zombified. Hopefully we get Gnome done, and then we'll be ready to AFK. So I'm going to go ahead and wait out this next few minutes, and hopefully we'll get Zombified done with one of these first chicken zombies. All right, let's see if any of these chicken zombies help us out and give us Zombified. Okay, first one failed. Okay, there we go. Second one, we got it on a carrot already, so that's perfect. We can actually just go ahead and pick up the rest of these guys then. And Zombified is done and out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up that Mimic Octopus there, and we're going to move this Zombified carrot into the mix over here. And we are pretty much ready for our AFK setup now. So I guess I'll go ahead and boost this Griffin to try and get Cyclonic done a little bit faster, but we're going to go ahead and get our AFK setup ready. So we do have Gnome for Gnomed, Griffin for Cyclonic, which could be Maelstrom and Storm Charge. We'll go ahead and get a Lobster in here for Molten, Meteoric, and that'll become Blazing and Infernal. Go ahead and get our Aromatic Spaghetti Sloth for Sauce, Pasta, and Meatballs to give us the Spaghetti mutation, and get the Aromatic Shard mutation from that. Get our Corrupted Scarlet Macaw in here, and I guess let's go ahead and see. We need to get our Junk Bot for the Oil mutation, and we do need to get our Tranquil Scarlet out as well. And I feel like I'm missing one of our AFK pets that I normally have in the mix. Oh, you know what? We got to get our Space Squirrel done. That's what it is. All right, so that will give us Void Touched, and then once these guys are done, we'll swap out with the Fried Cooked Owl to try to get Sizzled done, Scented Mooncat to get Dawnbound done, and then we'll also get some Spinos in here to start getting everything moved over to our big multi-trap plant. And we'll come back in a little bit, see what mutations we got, swap some pets out, and get this multi-trap to be a very, very nice multi-trap, very expensive multi-trap. And we'll also see if our Griffin gives us Cyclonic in the next minute. But obviously, if we skip ahead a little bit further than that, then you know we did not get Cyclonic this first round. Yeah, it's only been about a minute, but we got the Cyclonic mutation on 3 of our carrots. Our Griffin just saved us there, because now we can actually get our Scented Mooncat spawned in and work on getting Dawnbound, because that's actually going to take quite some time to get that. So we have 3 Cyclonic carrots. I'm only going to take 2 of these so we can get Maelstrom and Storm Charge, possibly, depending on what order we get that mixed in. So we'll go ahead and throw these over here. All right, we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and continue with our AFKing and hopefully get these mutations done pretty quickly. We AFK'd for about our first hour here, and while I was AFK, my game just died. Roblox disconnected me. I don't know if there's a new system in place where you can't like AFK. I mean, I know you can't, but I had an auto clicker going and it still made me disconnect, so I'm not sure what happened. But anyways, the only really mutation I've seen is that we got all the spaghetti ones done, but we still need aromatic, so we can't swap out our spaghetti sloth just yet. But we did get Tranquil done at least, so this one is like one of the only ones we got done, because I don't even know what time I disconnected. We also did get an Aurora a little bit ago, and we have another one going on now, so we did get Aurora mixed in here somewhere. Anyways, yeah, so our Mooncat has been completely reset, and I gotta wait a very long time still, which is not fun for me, but at least, hey, we got Tranquil done, so I can pick that guy up, and I think that was it. But we can at least get our first mega spot. Actually, no, we can't. We can't get that in here because we gotta get our fried cooked owl in here to try and give us sizzled. So, still no Spinos yet, but hopefully that'll change soon. Hopefully we can actually get some of these other pets done this time and come back to a better setup here. I think to make it a little bit easier, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up all these carrots because all the pets we have now aren't like a area effect mutation pet. They're all ones that will just directly apply to fruits. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just pick up all these carrots, get them out of the way, and that should help us a little bit, and we can just get everything applied to these carrots and those sugar apples. So I'll get all these out of the way, so it'll be a little bit easier for us later with the Spinos. But yeah, hopefully we can actually get some of these mutations done because we didn't get any done since that broke. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and AFK now, and hopefully we come back to actually some mutations being done. All right, so we were still struggling a bit today after AFKing for another hour. The only mutations I've noticed that we got in the mix over here was the corrupt mutation on a sugar apple up here, so we could pick up our corrupted scarlet. We also did get fried done, but we did not get cooked done yet. We have burnt, but we need to get cooked so we can get sizzled. And we did get gnome done, so that's good, so we can pick up our gnome. But we still need to wait for dawnbound, which is going to take a couple more hours. Of course, we need aromatic from our spaghetti sloth, and then we still need to get oil. I think we still need both molten and meteoric. We need void touched, and then again we just need cooked. So we didn't get a lot of stuff done. I'm even double checking through here, and we still need a lot. So we at least got 2 more pets done. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in 2 mega spinosauruses to start getting stuff moved over to our multi-trap. But yeah, we're struggling a bit. We have a lot of mutations we still need to get, and we have not gotten within the last hour. I expected more progress, but hey man, I guess the one good thing is the gnome merchant's back, so more crates for our gnome pet to give us the gnome mutation in the future. But hopefully we can get the rest of these done. Oh, actually, it looks like we did get meteoric done up there on a sugar apple, but I don't see molten anywhere. Oh, we did get molten done. Okay, so we're a little bit further ahead than I thought. Okay, that's good. So we can actually pick up our lobster. I'm just dumb, I didn't see those, and we could spawn in another Spino. All right, so this looks kind of crazy. We're literally getting a sandstorm and a sun god event at the same exact time, so it's very bright and hurting my eyes. But so on our multi-trap here, we did get everything moved over with our Spinosauruses, and we finally just got dawnbound done. The toy actually boosted my mooncat with a dawnbound mutation by about an hour, so I saved about an hour of waiting, which is really useful. But anyways, as you can see here, our multi-trap has a bunch of mutations on here. We have 37 mutations total, and the only thing I can tell you that I noticed is that Verdant did not become Paradisal. We did not get Paradisal today, which is a little annoying because, you know, usually we get Paradisal, but there's just not been a heat wave event all day. And the other thing that has been a pain was that we sat here for hours with a cooked owl, and we got burnt and fried multiple times, but we never got cooked, which means we never got these sizzled mutations. So that's kind of out of the picture. But with 37 mutations, if we actually separate some of these like spaghetti, we'd be at about 39 mutations. Harmonized chocolate would bring us to about 40, abyssal 41, gloom 42, infernal would bring us to about I want to say 45, ceramic would bring us to about 47, storm charged about 49, and I believe that's everything separated. So about 49 mutations total on this multi-trap, which is pretty good considering we didn't have any admin events today. And this thing I'm hoping is worth a lot of money, so we're gonna go ahead and grab a magnifying glass and throw it in our hotbar here. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the value of this multi-trap with all of these mutations, and hopefully it's worth it. And then after, we'll try to get the amber mutation on it and see if it bumps up at all. But let's go ahead and check the value on 3, 2, 1. So this multi-trap is worth 2.2 trillion, which is actually very, very good. And surprisingly, if you didn't watch my last video, the Crimson Thorn video, you might want to go watch that before I spoil what I say. But in the Crimson Thorn video, that thing is actually the best valued fruit in the game, and it was worth less. And I think that's only because we didn't get the rainbow mutation on that, because we had gold instead of rainbow. So rainbow really does help, and it got our multi-trap up to 2.2 trillion, which is very good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in my raptors here, and we're gonna see if we can get the amber mutation, but I don't know if we'll be able to. It's a hit or miss with these guys, so let's just go ahead and try. All right, we have some raptors boosted. Let's go ahead and try to pick up our multi-trap and see if we get amber applied. Oh, look at that. We actually did get amber applied. So we're going to try to check the value with Steven now to see if it went up any at all. So it's 2.2 trillion. How much is it now? 2.3 trillion. So they did fix amber, making it worth less, and it did bump us up about another 80 million, I think that was. So yeah, that actually helped getting amber on it. So yeah, we did reach about 50 mutations total on this thing, and that is our multi-trap. This thing has so many mutations, and it's going to join our collection here with all these other multiple mutated fruits that we have.